Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Uh-oh. He's back. And so is Bobby Jokes. Bobby Jokes wasn't here technically last week, even though that wasn't his own doing. It was because we recorded on a different day. But everybody's back. The gang's back together. I missed you guys. We made Bobby say he missed us.
Holy triumvirate.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah,
I wouldn't let him hang up with me last week without saying he missed me. So.
Aww.
I appreciate it, dude. I know you didn't want to say it, but like I appreciate it. Like you were man enough to be like, hey, dude, I know that like I pretend that like just annoyed with you guys all the time, but I missed you. And I think you just kind of miss being annoyed by us a little bit.
Yeah, that felt weird. I wasn't like annoyed or bothered by anything you guys said, and it was like, this is a weird feeling.
Can I
do this remotely every single week? But yeah, the boys are back. We're not necessarily back in town, but I don't really think the boys are back on the podcast as a song yet. So we're gonna write that down, jot that down. We're gonna make that a song in the next week, and then we're just gonna play Thin Lizzy. What if we just did a music podcast? I was thinking about this. This would make our job a lot easier if I just had like 3-4 songs each podcast, and then like, all right, this is Thin Lizzy. And then we just don't talk. We just hang out and we do whatever we want.
So just did it like AM.
Just like a radio show.
Yeah.
But people would just be like, wait, I can pick my own music. Why would I want to listen to you assholes do that? Recorded.
We each pick one song every week.
But, all right, and that's Thin Lizzy. You're listening to KPTG.
Thin Lizzy doesn't get enough love.
I mean, I don't know another Thin Lizzy song.
Off the top of my head, I know like 7 of them because my best friend's dad used to listen to a bunch of Thin Lizzy when we were growing up.
I mean, I feel like this is their claim to fame, and there's nothing wrong with that being their claim to fame, but I think they get about as much love as they deserve.
No, they need more.
This is a great one. Oh, hey, I wonder, like, we were just talking about maybe a song that 3 people could sing at a karaoke night.
No, we got to find a trio.
But
how good are you guys in Italian?
Not good.
We could sing the 3 tenors, even though I am not a tenor.
3 Dog Night.
That's
3. That's a 3.
I almost said
3-11,
but Travis doesn't sing, so we'll find something.
But we can play like an old deep track where maybe Travis did sing.
He didn't sing.
I know he didn't sing. I don't really know. I'm trying to think of a 3-piece band. Destiny's Child.
Ooh. That's good.
I think we might be doing Destiny's Child. Destiny's Child or TLC? Ooh. Waterfalls. Bobby Jokes, what would you rather do?
I don't know. I think Scrubs would be better.
I mean, I feel like once we start and we get on that TLC, we're in that rhythm. I don't think we're going to stop. They're going to get a whole TLC album with the gang.
That's true.
What are your thoughts? TLC or Destiny's Child?
I don't know any of the music.
You don't know Chasing Waterfalls?
Is it the one with We're the Miller?
Don't go chasing
I only know from We're the Millers.
And what's the movie with Matt? Or fucking
Matt Damon?
No, Matt Damon.
Wow. I love his movies.
Oh, I love movies are great. That's big. Wow. Altuve hit a home run. You said it was his first of the year?
Yeah.
The Tuve,
way to go. We were watching a day baseball game while we were recording as well. And this is also how we just kind of stall and bullshit until we get to talking about shit. But anyways, okay, so this is something also that I was waiting to bring to the table until I had us all back in the room. Now, I did a Twitter poll on this last week, and the results were unanimous. Not necessarily unanimous, but a majority voted yes on this. And I thought maybe, I didn't know that they made a Heelys for adults. You know what Heelys are, right? Robert, you are aware of Heelys.
Yep.
Okay. The wheeled shoe. I remember those were dope in junior high. What if we brought those back? But they probably don't have adult sizes. Oh, they do. They do. $60. You can get you 2 shoes that got wheels on them, and just think about all of the time you can save wheeling to everything.
That's like $20 more than I pay for any.
Yeah, but do those shoes have wheels?
No, but
so
I'm fat.
I would say you're really saving money. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but it really gave you like a nice little hip workout after a while.
No, I never had Heelys.
Oh, you were just like, my hips, man. They're kind of sore. I don't use this muscle. So really, like what you're doing is you're working out
I'm already out.
We're promoting a healthy lifestyle. No, but it's a lazy and healthy lifestyle.
No, but it's working out. I'm not.
So it's a core workout every time you do anything.
I've worn the same pair of shoes since
God damn
I
it.
was 15
Guys,
years
I've
old.
already had a Twitter poll voted yes that we do this.
Well, I hate
and by
I
we,
hate to
I
be
mean
the Chris, but you can do whatever you want.
Pat, I just need you to go in, just spend a 60 banger on it, and then we'll just get some Heelys. We'll just get some Heelys. We can wear them to karaoke night. Oh my God, dude, it's gonna be perfect.
There's no room to Heely around in there.
Oh, there's room. We'll make room.
You know
how great a karaoke's gonna be doing when I'm moonwalking with my Heelys?
Do you realize how many people I'm gonna injure in a small packed place if I try and Heely around?
And I think that's the beauty of coming. It's like you don't go to a NASCAR race because you want to watch a race. You go because you're like, man, maybe somebody's gonna get wrecked with a tire. Maybe somebody is just gonna get a big hunk of metal thrown right at him.
Maybe Danica will be put in the wall.
I mean, and she's usually likely to be the one done that. But I think she retired, right?
I don't even know.
I think she retired, and I think she's won one more race professionally than I ever did in my racing career, which was 0 races. So good for her. And she's jinxing your quarterback.
Nope. She's swallowing my quarterback.
Well, I mean, she's probably doing that too, but she's bad luck.
Whatever.
She's bad luck. I'm just saying, things aren't looking great.
Looking better than it is for the Giants.
Jordy Nelson. They've lost Jordy Nelson since he started running around with her.
Trust me, I miss White Jesus, but we don't need him. Aaron's going to make everyone else look good. We're fine.
I just think he really downgraded from Olivia Munn.
Well, physically, by far, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But Olivia Munn was also a psycho cunt. So,
but she's still Olivia Munn.
Yeah, she's super hot, and she takes it in the ass. Confirmed from those leaked pictures.
Mm-hmm.
There's no. By the way, anyone who doesn't know, there's no picture of her taking in the ass, but there was leaked pictures of like that she wrote on the pictures when she would send it when she was dating Chris Pine, and was like, "I can't wait for you to fuck my little ass," and I was like, "God, this girl is great." And then she fucking ruined my quarterback. So
it's like Olivia Munn, and I feel like Jennifer Aniston have to be like the two that you're just like, you continuously are just dating like winners, it feels like. I mean, obviously this is just me looking from the outside in. I don't know what really goes on with those relationships.
Jen's single again now.
Aniston?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. But she's got to like be bad at something, or she's just like
nuts.
really mean.
Like, I feel like her character of Rachel was like pretty close on to how fucking insane she is. But I don't give a shit.
Right, she's still Jennifer Aniston.
Is perfection.
I would just do whatever I could be. Yeah, whatever, man. You want? Yeah, cool, Jen. Yeah. You do that. I'm just gonna hang out.
I'm just gonna sit over here and stare at your nipples while they're poking.
Can I just watch? Can I just look at you? Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm in. Yeah, whatever. You want to go shopping? Yeah, go shopping. That's cool. You got the money. I don't care. Yeah.
Plus, then she's got the money. You don't got to work anymore.
I need a sugar mama. That's what I need.
That's
the goal. If you know, that's what we all aim for. But I think we should bring a Heelys to. I think we should bring him back.
I'm at least willing to discuss it.
Just, Pat, tell me an example of a time where it would. I mean, I'm thinking of examples as I'm saying this, but like, give me a few examples where it would be bad to have wheels. Where like, but like the best part about Heelys is like, oh, but I can also walk in them too. So like, oh, I have to stop rolling. Well, watch this. Rough terrain, I'm good.
I already bump into everything in the restaurant because I'm fat and it's a small restaurant.
Yeah, but you're not rolling into things.
Well, that's the thing. If I'm rolling, I'm definitely going to be knocking people over.
But think of how efficient you'll be when you're making things done quicker, because like you can roll instead of having to walk.
Like I said, it's a small restaurant. Everything's compact.
Yeah, but you just got to adapt, dude. You just got to adapt. I think you got it. So like right here, I'm
at work or I'm at home 99% of the time. I don't need heels.
Okay, well you don't need heels. You need Heelys, wheels. All right, now let me see if this will sway.
I'm at least willing to discuss it.
Would this sway your decision? There for $5 more. So for $65, you could get American flag Heelys, and then you're both a patriot and efficient, and you're
makes me
working
more
at
likely to get them.
So
can I get the $5 off because I also have small feet?
I will buy. I'll give you $5 if you'll buy them.
I'm actually
if you'll go in on this with me. I think I might go with the wacky, like it looks like a Nerf. Like purple and yellow and green.
I just want some American flag shoes. That's
right. Yeah. I mean, and then another thing. Maybe this benefits us in karaoke night. Like those clog shoes where they have the little like thing. But I feel like with the wheel, you've got to.
Are you talking about clogs or tap shoes?
Both. They have things on the bottom, right?
Well, clogs are wooden.
Wait, for $75. Now,
just give me that's definitely $75. I don't care what it is.
But they light up.
No.
Okay. You don't think red and blue lights on your shoes
The only
while
way
you're
you're getting
wheeling
me
around?
to pay $75 for shoes is if Jennifer Aniston comes with the shoes.
We can't not confirm that. We cannot confirm. Ooh, there's some cool designs, dude. These look like the Nike Airs. I think I'm buying them. I think everybody here listening to Pass the Gravy episode 224 should go to Heelys.com and just let's make a purchase.
Heelys.com/adults.
/adults.
You got to send them to the right place.
/page size equals 24 and
Nope. Just click on
order by equals
adults
0.
and it'll get you where you need to go.
Heelys.com/adults. Yes, do that. That sounds like it's like a dirty Heelys site if you think about it. But anyways, I think like I'm 100%.
They got some in here that are only like 55 too. So.
Dude, I'm just saying, man. But like those don't have American flags on it. Although the GR8 Pro you're looking at, is that what you're looking at right there? Yeah, that looks like that's a rider right there. Bobby Jokes, are you in? Are you in on this movement? Come on, we need full support.
I think I'd be too embarrassed to wear this.
I also hate to shit on it right away, but all these shoes, besides the ones that have American flags on them, fucking look awful. Like, I'm not a shoe guy at all. I don't give a fuck.
You just look like they look like skate shoes.
I wear the same baseball fucking trainers that I've worn since I was 15 years old. I obviously don't care about them. But you'll see, I think that's part of it. They look like skate shoes, which I think are retarded.
Whoa. But what about skaters, bro?
Okay, well, you have a purpose for them, so it's okay. But I don't give a shit about skate shoes.
I kind of like the light ups. Dude, do you want to go light ups with me?
No. Oh, you were looking at him. Sorry, my
B
head was
Jokes.
I gotta go no.
But you're gonna get them though, right?
No.
Come on, guys. I think we all gotta get Heelys. We all have to. You think if we hit up Heelys on Twitter, they'll send us free pairs?
I want to start a Twitter poll. How many of you out there think that once Alex gets his Heelys, he's going to come in next week with a broken elbow?
No, I'll wear pads.
Really?
No, I'm not going to wear pads. I'm not an idiot. I'll just break my arm and figure it out.
I'm just picturing you in the fucking offices, like heelying into Rod's office, like, here, I want to hand you something, and then just falling and shattering your fucking elbow.
I mean, or just doing it much more efficiently and probably getting a raise because I'm so fast at everything I'm doing. Like, man, you're really picking up the pace on because I can slide, bro.
Or they'll think that you were being lazy the whole time and not working hard.
I'll be like, it's all in the shoes, bro. It's all in the shoes. Then I get an endorsement deal with Heelys, and then boom, everything's just up from there.
Alex could be the face of Heelys.
I would like to be the heel of Heelys, actually. I wouldn't want to be the face. I'd want to be the heel. No, that wasn't that good. Okay.
You lost me.
All right. Anyways, let's move along to our segment we like to do at the beginning of each podcast. It's called Where You Been, and we kind of just go around the room and literally we do exactly what I just said the segment's name is, and we just see where you been.
Where you been? 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 Where you gone? Where you gone? Where you been? Where you been? Where you been?
All right. Anybody want to start off?
I'll start off. I got a quick one. So all I've been doing is playing God of War. It came out last Friday, and that's all I've been doing. I just before coming here, I woke.
What you were doing?
That's what I was doing. I wake up and play God of War right now.
I hate that it's not an Xbox game because it's so good.
It is really good. I can't stop playing it.
What is it like? What game is it like? If you had to compare it.
Well, it's like God of War because it's the 5th one that's come out.
Yes, fourth.
But like, what do you do in it? You're a god. And you make war.
You kill other gods.
You kill other gods.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know nothing about God of War?
I don't play shooting games usually.
It's not a shooting game.
It's not a shooting game.
It's a slasher. I guess would be the.
What? To fight Jesus.
You play a dude that was like, I don't know, the gods pissed him off somehow, and now he's on a fucking journey to just kill like Zeus and all the other fucking gods. And
what?
He's really good at it.
What's your least favorite god you had to fight?
Probably Zeus. Zeus was a jerk.
Yeah.
Zeus is a dick.
I mean, God of Thunder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thunderstruck.
Thunder.
Fuck you. See, I went with a great song, and you went with
That's a great song,
Yeah,
too,
that song has been patched into the game now.
Has it been? I bet so. So you've been that's all you've been doing, huh?
That's all I've been doing.
Nice.
So, yeah, and then you can kind of see why I don't want to play Fortnite, because that's what where you been would be next week if that's all I did.
I'd see that.
But I feel like you would have a lot of good stories.
Fortnite is fun. And they're about to change the map here coming real soon.
But I'm gonna suck so bad at it.
Dude, you suck. You pick it up. If you're any good at shooters, you pick it up.
I'm not good at shooters though.
Oh yeah, then you're gonna suck.
Like I'm that guy in Call of Duty.
fun.
I remember I used to play Call of Duty with you, and like we would play with the entire like half the football team. We'd have an 8-deep team, and they would be like, "God damn it, Middleton, what are you doing?
And Ziegel.
You're just running around with a sniper rifle in the middle like an idiot."
It's a small map, you dick.
I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I just wanted to play with my friends.
Yeah, I'm still dope.
You're off my team. Fuck you. That was before Zombies came out, so like everybody just played in that.
The only Zombies
Modern
I ever
Warfare
liked was
2.
the original.
One of the best games
Yeah.
ever.
Modern Warfare 2 was dope.
We need to do like mock draft season's going away after this week, but like Mount Rushmore season's right around the corner. I think we should do Mount Rushmore video games at some point.
You'd have to break it down in categories.
I just think video
Like
games.
shooters, platformers.
Just video games in general.
That's way too broad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that
You
really
obviously
shows.
don't know shit. Me and him are already sitting here like, well, I've got 4 from this one, 4 from this one. You know, Halo, Mario Kart. Like, you got to break it down.
GoldenEye.
Well, that's the thing. Oh, if you're doing shooters, obviously GoldenEye is the godfather.
But I think
got a
you should
Halo
just
that
throw it out there
revolutionized
and let
everything.
the world see who we got as our 4, and then you let them decide.
Well, if you do a top 4 all-time video games, GoldenEye's not even making the list.
I think it goes up there with Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong might not even
Super
be making the
Nintendo
list.
Donkey Kong was the tits.
Yeah, dude, it's the dopest. I rebeat it like 8 months ago.
We have a Super Nintendo, but I can't find Donkey Kong that's not like $1 billion online.
I'll
So
bring
it's
it over.
like, fuck.
I've got it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Just remind me.
Okay. Well, yeah, like with Green Street Hooligans.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've got like a fucking stack of just old school SNES games.
Dude, I'll buy it from you.
No.
Fuck.
Dude, you know what the best thing about my Donkey Kong is, too? I traded it in elementary school. I had 2 holographic mole traces. So I traded one for Donkey Kong. And the next day, the kid came back and was like, my mom said I have to trade back. And I was like, no. I was like, fuck you. I've got
take
Donkey
backs,
Kong
bitch. Dude, was his mom pissed?
now. I don't know.
But that was the end of it?
I didn't give a shit about it after
See,
that.
nowadays, you'd have like his mom would then call your mom. And then you guys would have to like meet up with your moms after school. And they would tell you why it was wrong that you did what you did.
Hey, it's
and you'd
not
be like,
my
hey,
fault
asshole.
they weren't teaching their 2nd grader about economics and fair trade.
I remember that when like you'd have like the younger kids would come around trying to trade Pokemon cards, and you're like, this idiot is gonna give me a fortune. And you're like, all right, dude, I'll give you these 7 cards for these 2. And you're like, I had a holographic Charmander.
I had a
holographic
Japanese
Charizard, asshole.
I had a Japanese holographic champ. That was dope.
I had a holographic Charizard, and that was like the end all be all. At least at Far Elementary in Atlanta, Georgia, it was. And boy, was I up there.
Do you still have it?
No, I have no idea where any of those are.
It'd be worth a lot.
I don't think it will be. Do you think it will? It is still?
It probably wasn't in great condition, though.
It's just, well, no, because it was in a fucking book, dude. I had the little Pokedex book.
I mean,
with
yeah,
like-
I had the whole
yeah.
spiral binder and everything, too. I think I ended up giving mine away, years ago. Cause
It's like Beanie Babies. Where Beanie Babies, you remember everybody was camping outside of McDonald's to get the special editions ones, thinking you're going to pay for your kid's college, and now it's like, those are also not worth anything.
Nope.
So good thing you got all those stored. Neat. Good thing you have this purple bear.
Beanie Babies.
This cheapest
The
one,
90s version of Bitcoin?
This cheapest one on
I
eBay
can't
is
disagree.
$600.
The cheapest
for-
what?
The holographic Charizard.
But what are you doing with the holographic Charizard right now?
I don't know, collecting it. People
Because
collect
they had
things.
the game. Like, do you have people that played the game? I didn't know how to play the actual
I
game.
played it in at KinderCare.
I remember
daycare back
trying
then.
to sit down and like learn how to play it, and it was like, yeah, I don't know about this. Let's trade. And that's what we did.
Yeah, I've never played the card game. I don't understand how to play it.
But we all
It
traded.
was all right.
Yeah, it just wasn't as cool. And then what about what was the other one? Digimon? Was that?
I watched the show.
What was
For
the
a
other
bit.
cards? Was it Digimon cards?
I don't know.
Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I never
That was
cared
a
about
that was a game though, wasn't it?
Yu-Gi-Oh was for nerds,
Right? I don't
guys.
even know what it means.
Oh, look, I've got a thing on my arm. Losers.
Right? Anyways, so
I've
that's
got a buddy that still plays that shit.
that's where you've been then.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we got into Pokemon cards, but okay.
We'll have to check tape.
But we can't because we're recording onto
Well,
that tape.
I'm
So
saying,
we'll go back later. You guys let us know. We'll find it.
You
We'll
want to go
find it.
next?
Anyway.
Because I got a lot I got to catch up on.
I'll
so
go
you
next. So I've also got quite a bit. So we recorded early last week. That's why Phyllis was on instead of Pat and Robert. even though Robert was sort of on for a segment. But I had the Rod Ryan Show charity golf tournament last Wednesday, and like most Rod Ryan Show golf tournaments I got pretty drunk and ended up coming home, and I just passed out when I got home.
I was about to say, I didn't see a new trophy anywhere. So.
No, I mean, I didn't golf, and even in the one trophy I had, I didn't golf, but I played with some guys that golfed and then got too drunk to play and just rode around drinking more, and they collectively got second without me. So
that's my boy.
I got second in spite of me. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to think that I inspired my team to get better. I made them a better team because I didn't play, so they had to work harder.
They just had Drunky Alex the mascot.
Yeah, I was playing mascot, but I got a trophy because mascots get trophies these days. So I went out to that, and just like the downfall, I think, of humanity, and this isn't like a shot at this at all, but because like I'm a huge fan, is Jello shots. Like, that's the beginning of the end for any day of drinking.
Should they end in college or like within 2 years?
No, because it's delightful. It's still like not every day. As long as you're not doing a Jello shot at like a rando party, but like if you go to a golf tournament, that's a perfect occasion for a Jello shot. Where you'd be like, "Here's a Jello shot." I'm like, "Well, you bet your ass I'm gonna have a Jello shot."
I'll take 9.
Alex, I made these Jello. Well, let me try one. Oh, and a blue one. Okay, all right. And like just everybody was handing out Jello shots. That stuff is like the downfall of.
Damn it, dude!
Like,
I haven't had a Jello shot in like 3 years.
Oh, I had enough for 3 years on Wednesday, and just that, and then combined with just drinking beers, I'd stuck away from liquor. I think I took 1 shot of Fireball the entire time out there. Even though Jello shots I get are not just Jello, I 100% understand that. But just I was done. I was just done. I'm not a big dude, so a couple of shots getting in me with beer all day, like it's a recipe for disaster. But I was very proud of myself, and then I came home, and apparently Emma said I got up and pissed in the sink, and then proceeded to like piss all over the counter while trying to. I was like, I don't know why I didn't use just like one of the 2 restrooms we had, but okay. And so but like like when you wake up and you're like, what did I do? God damn it! And I like went to work thinking I was like, man, I have no like regret. I don't think I did such a good job. And then I was going to go to the store. I was like, hey, do you need me to pick up anything from the store? And it was like, yeah, pick up a sponge because you pissed all over ours last night. I was like, what? And I was like, I've been telling everybody I did such a good job all day. And she's like, no, you like woke up and then just pissed on the sink and just went back to sleep.
Did you tell that story on the morning show?
No, I didn't. I did not. It's a podcast story. So I went to the golf tournament. That was a lot of fun. And then on Saturday or Friday, I went to the horse track, bet on the ponies. It was just kind of an impromptu thing with the fam. My dad was like,
you texted me about that.
Yeah, I was going to see if you wanted to come hang out. My dad was just like, hey, you want to go bet on the horses? I was like, let's do that. I don't know shit. Like, I like to gamble on sports, but I don't know dick about horse racing. I really want to know about horse racing now. You can go gamble on just horse tracks and dog tracks that aren't even there. But let's just be that guy. I want to just be there when there's no horses actually racing at Sam Houston Race Park, and I'm just watching a TV on like a dog race in Miami. I'm like, whoa, let's go number 3. Let's go number 3.
We can't forget about those corgi races. I want to.
But you can't bet on those. I don't think. I think those are just to watch. Well, yeah, but like you can't officially bet.
You can't officially bet, but we can make bets.
But I didn't win a lot of money. I like basically broke even because the last bet, like my dad was looking at the things like, I go bet on this and this and this, and usually would like he and my brother and I would just try 3 different combinations and one of them would hit, and none of mine had really hit the entire time. And then the last race, my dad's like, you and him go and bet on this one to win, and we did, and I got like $70 on it. It was pretty great. So I was like, all right, made back all that money I lost and just a tiny bit more. So
isn't it like First Friday is like 50-cent beer?
50-cent beer. I think most Fridays are 50-cent beer night. And
I think it's only the first Friday of the month.
Okay, well then it might be, but we cleaned up on that, and I was pretty drunk. But the best part about the 50-cent beer night is that like they act like they regulate it, because they do. Yeah. You can only take 2 beers at a time per person.
And they're like smaller beers too,
right? They're just the short cup draft beers, but like 50 cents, I'm 100% in on that. I'll wait in line as long as you want. And so when it was winding down, we were just like, all right, hey. And my mom had come, and I was like, Mom, I just need you to hang here. And we went, and my dad had brought some of his friends, and they brought their kids, and we were kind of just like, all right, all of us that can go drink, let's all go stand over here. And we would stand in line, and then we just were stacking up the table with just beers and just beers and just beers. And by the time the 50-cent beer thing ended at 8, we had probably like 20 beers on the table for everyone. We're like, let's just crush them. Let's go. And then like I was pretty fucked. And my mom was the sober driver. And my dad was like, hey, we should go to Waffle House. I was like, yeah. I've never like drunk dined with my dad where we were both pretty drunk. And it's a real father-son bonding experience. So if you haven't done that and you're lucky enough to still be like in contact with your father and have a good relationship, I'd recommend going out for a drunk Waffle House run because that was pretty funny. Just I was like, I'm drinking with my dad, and I texted him, I was like, dude, I am with dad right now, really drunk at Waffle House. I don't know. It was just I felt like it was an achievement, and I feel like Boy Scouts have the badge. I feel like you should get like a drinking with dad badge.
Drunk with dad at Waffle House at 1:30 a.m.
So drinking with dad badge should be a badge in any,
That actually should be a badge for the Boy Scouts first beer.
Dad gave you your first beer. You can have one.
Yeah.
You can have one. It doesn't stunt your growth. Just don't get hammered with your dad at that age.
Yeah, you should be 8 years old getting drunk, but
we can have a beer. So I did the drunk Waffle House thing with my dad. Then on that was Friday. So then Saturday I kind of just hung out. Sunday, or it was Saturday, really along this whole time I've just been watching hockey and basketball playoffs because that's the best part. That's the best sports time of the year really right now is just, I have one of them on my iPad, and then hockey staggers those starts during the week. So, okay. Well, this is at intermission. Let me go watch the last 12 minutes of this game. Oh, well, let me go watch the 12 minutes of that intermission right now. Let's go again.
See, we've got our 2 cable boxes side by side in the living room. So you got one TV on one on the other, which is also really nice during baseball season.
Yeah, I bet. That's pretty convenient. So I was watching playoff hockey and playoff basketball, and then Sunday, they do call me the Cal Ripken of crawfish, thanks to this podcast. 21 straight weeks eating crawfish last year. I'm not going to do it because it cost me a lot of money, and my cholesterol is shit. But
bet mine's worse.
Right? The Cajun cook-off out in Cyprus was on Sunday, and I was invited to be a judge. Shout out to Mallory Collins and all of the peeps over at Hot Sauce and High Heels blog for thinking of me and bringing me in there. They blogged about me when I was on the streak last year, and she was just like, hey, we're having a crawfish cook-off, and I need a judge, and there's no other person I can think of other than you that would be perfect for this. I was like, well, you bet your ass I'm in on that. So then I didn't just get to judge crawfish. I got to judge crawfish, Cajun creation, which is like gumbos or jambalayas, and then I got to judge desserts. So it was just like, wait, you mean I'm just sitting and I thought that a judging thing was like I'm gonna be sitting in front of all these people and doing it. No, it was me and 2 other people. We were the 3 judges right there, and they brought us the food in our own little room. We got to eat. We had a little card, and I'd mark down what I thought it was, and it was great, dude.
What were the desserts?
The desserts were the one that won was like a cheesecake that had a bunch of shit on it, and I don't even know what it was called, but it was awesome. And then they had they just had all kinds of just the cakes and all of that stuff was there, and like the spin-offs of king cake.
I was going to say, you got to have king cake.
But it wasn't king cake because it's not like Mardi Gras. They have the other name for, I can't remember what it is right now, but then the bourbon baked pecans or whatever they are, where it's like soaked in bourbon, and then the cinnamon, they had cinnamon rolls with bourbon and all that shit on it.
All right, fuck you.
It was pretty great. Then the gumbo jambalaya was awesome. There was no real losers, but like my favorite that I picked to win was everybody was supposed to kind of do all of those groups, and there was one team that just signed up and crawfish, no dessert, no Cajun creation. Which like we're gonna go all on crawfish, and then you had to go judge like the booth appearance of like what the costumes were they were wearing. It was just a guy. It was just a guy.
So this is my dude.
He had an alligator hat on his head. He was just sitting there. He didn't have any decorations up on the thing. He just had a fucking crawfish pot, and that guy was just like, I'm gonna cook crawfish. I don't give a shit. I don't need a team. It's me. And I was like, that guy went all in. I voted. I thought I didn't know that going into it though, and I was like, that guy had my highest score in crawfish. So props to that dude. That was pretty cool. But I've never gotten to be a judge and anything like that, and it's cool because I'm not really an expert. I just ate a lot of crawfish because I tried to prove Chris wrong that I could just continuously eat it for however long through the rest of the season. But that was cool. It was cool to go do that. And then also Sunday, got some bad news, gang. The streak for West Ham It's coming to an end. Since we gave them a full week of support, they had not lost, and they were 1-1-1. Or no, I guess they were 1-1-1 or 1-2-1, whatever it is. I don't know how they keep it up in soccer, but now they have lost, and fuck. They got the shit kicked out of them by Arsenal. It was 4-1. They tied it up 1-1 there in the second half. I thought, okay, hey, I can settle for a draw against Arsenal. We got 36 points right now. We're in the relegation battle, but I think we're safe. I felt like we were safe after we tied Stoke last week, and just Arsenal kicked the shit out of us the rest of that game. And I mean, their manager is leaving.
Tragic.
Their manager's last name is Wenger, and he's leaving. So
Arsenal's or ours?
Arsenal.
Wait. His last name is Winger or Wanger?
Wenger, maybe. Wenger? I don't know how he pronounces it, but it's spelled Wenger. And he announced he was leaving, and apparently he's been there for a long time. I don't know soccer, but then they all were like all emotional, so they scored for him. And I was like, fuck. Not on our week. God damn it. But now we just got the champs. We got Man City, who's already wrapped up the title. So hopefully, hear me out here. Hopefully, Man City's playing, they're like, we already got it. West Ham. Maybe they're not so good. Why don't we just take the week off and kind of play shitty? And then West Ham, hey, what if we snuck in a couple goals and then pulled off the upset? I'm just saying, it's possible. Probably not going to happen.
Goddamn Chicharito couldn't do it for us.
Chicharito he's not even starting, bro. Although Marko Arnautovic is my favorite player on our team now. I'm just telling you, I'm coming around. I'm a huge Marko Arnautovic fan. Come on, you Irons. #COYI.
So are you definitely buying FIFA next year?
I've already got FIFA this year, and I just got to say, West Ham's looking good. West Ham is looking.
Ain't no relegation happening in the virtual world.
Yeah, right. We're not even close. The top half of that table, things are looking great for the future West Ham. I don't want to brag, but I'm also the coach of England now, as well as West Ham, because I was that good of a coach. I don't want to take any credit, but
you sound like you're from London.
Actually, that was Paul Rudd that did that, right?
Yep.
My character's name, the coach of West Ham, is Peter Clavin, which is Paul Rudd's character, and I love you, man. He just sound.
Why wouldn't you just name it as yourself?
Because I don't want to be me. Peter Clavin sounds like a really British name too.
Hold on, I feel like we just got a glimpse into Alex's soul. He doesn't want to be himself. He's like, fuck.
Well, not in a soccer fucking game. Like Alex Middleton would be a football coach.
I mean, Middleton is a British name.
Yeah, but Peter Clavin. That does sound like it sounds like a British name that would be a soccer coach.
Peter Clavin leaving the irons onto the field.
Peter Clavin and the Hammers.
I don't know what fucking accent I just did. Right,
I don't either.
I don't know. It was like half
but it worked
sort
of. I liked it. It was a little hybrid.
Yeah.
Peter Clavin, well-traveled man.
It was like half British, half Southern. That didn't even make sense.
I thought it worked. So that's pretty much where I've been, though. I've been all around. I've been everywhere, man.
All right. Well, as you know, I wasn't here 2 weeks ago because out of nowhere, I just got sick on that Sunday. I was just fucking playing Fortnite, and all of a sudden I was like, man, I don't feel that good. And then, just by Monday morning, I was fucking terrible, coughing. And so, I was just fucking sick all week. That sucked ass. I had a terrible cough, so I didn't want to come in here on Wednesday and, risk contaminating Alex and Robert and Emma. And
thank you for that.
Just being a terrible person that I usually am. So that sucked. And, like I said, I had a terrible cough.
What was that?
Whoa, my phone just moved my beer. I had a terrible cough all that week. So even by Friday morning, I was good. I was over the shit. Like Thursday, I was pretty okay. But by Friday, I was done. I still had the cough. And it was just fucking, I'm coughing every 4 or 5 fucking minutes. Terrible, hacking, deep cough. So I wake up Saturday morning. I've been coughing for 5 straight fucking days. I can't talk. My voice is fucking gone. So that's why I wasn't here last week either, because my voice was still I had it, but I was pretty much talking like this still by
that would not have been a good podcast.
So I couldn't do it. I didn't really get my voice back until last Friday-ish. So it was just shitty. That sucked. But we that Tuesday I had shared a thing on Facebook about, you're scrolling through and you're like, oh, this dog is ready for adoption. You're like, yeah, I'll share it. Maybe somebody I know wants a fucking dog. So I'm friends with my dad's best friend on Facebook, and I shared that on Tuesday. Wednesday morning, I get a call from my dad, and I'm like, hey, I'm at work. I'll call you back later. He's like, okay, cool, whatever. Just make sure you call me back. 5 minutes later, his friend texts me and goes, hey, your dad wants that fucking dog. Get it for him. And it's the next day, I was scrolling through and paying attention. So then he goes, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he goes, the dog on Facebook. Your dad really wants it. So I was like, oh, fuck. I called my dad after work. He's like, get me that fucking dog. He's like, that's going to be my dog. Go make it happen. So we drive out Thursday out to Rosenberg, because it was Fort Bend County. We picked up the dog. And
wait, where did you, what was it, in a shelter?
Yeah, it was in the Fort Bend County animal
Okay.
shelter. I guess they had found her on the side of the road, and then it was like 4 days clear. And
Right.
whatever. So we go and get the dog, and $50 adoption. We picked her up that Thursday. We picked her up at like 4 o'clock. We're sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden, like, man, all of a sudden her ear is really swollen. And I Google it, I'm like, fuck, it's a hematoma. We take it in $1,400.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
Fuck.
luckily, I got this dog for my dad, so it wasn't out of my pocket.
Not my bill.
And it was, there you go, Daddy. And but
you wanted it.
So she had to get, it drained and stitches. So like then we couldn't even introduce
Did they say what caused it?
Well, I mean, she had a little bit of an ear infection, but sometimes some dogs, you just are more susceptible to it. We think, like, we brought her back to the house, and she's like, oh, fuck, I'm out of there. So she's running around on the tile floor, and we think it was probably when she just slipped on the tile and, like, hit her head on the ground.
Okay.
She's a puppy.
It's like a little cauliflower.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it swells up. We do that. We go back in for the checkup, like, 5 days later. And like, well, the stitches still aren't ready to come out. I'm like, it's kind of, and they're like, we'll keep it wrapped. They wrapped it up for us. And, like, within 5 fucking hours, the wrap is, like, already sliding off of the dog's head.
Well, the dog's trying to attack it anyways, I'm sure, right?
But not even, like, she wasn't going after that hard. It's just sliding the fuck off because it's a fucking puppy.
Right.
So, like, that's not working. They're like, it's already starting to swell up a little bit now. And now we're like, all right, when the stitches come out, they're going to be like, well, it probably needs to be drained and do all this again. And we're like, no, the dog's just going to have a fucked up ear. Like...
We're going to love it for what it is, all right, man?
It's never bothered her. Like, she's never scratched at it. She's never, like, whined or cried. Like, she doesn't give a shit. So we're like, fuck it. But, like, because it had the stitches, we haven't been able to introduce her to my sister's dogs. So, like, now when we try and introduce them, the other one, they've been in the house together.
Does she have all the vaccines and everything?
She's getting her second round this week.
So, yeah, Wheezy's on her next one as well, in I think 2 weeks.
Because I think you said her and Wheezy are, like, the same exact age.
Yeah, Wheezy just turned 4 months on the 17th. So, yeah just passed. Like,
so they're like 14 and a half weeks.
Pretty close. Yeah. But, yeah, did you know that, like, when we went to the vet, they're like, and you can't socialize her with other dogs. And I was like, well, that's too late. Like, I already, like, met my parents' dog with her and my brother's dog. Yeah. We walk her in, like, a common area. And they're like, well, no dog parks or PetSmarts. I was like, well, like, the first place we took her was PetSmart. So I was like, well, we'll avoid those. Like, we're not going to take her to the dog park.
Our dog pissed in the middle of PetSmart.
Dude, she shat and pissed in the middle. She pissed in the cart while we had stuff in the cart. And I just had to, like, move the bag of food back onto the shelf and then pick up another bag of food because, like, I'm not going to take a piss bag.
You know what I was surprised about? You figure if your dog pissed in PetSmart, like, they'd have people to come clean it. They just gave my brother, like, some paper towels and, like, a spray. And, like, had him clean it.
Dude, they had
I'm like, it's a pet store. I feel like this is
a guy cleaned up the shit. And he was, like, talking to us, and she just squatted and took a shit right in front of him. And he was like, I got it.
I think we were just at a lazy PetSmart.
You might have been. But then she pissed, and I, like, went, and me and Emma had to help clean it up, obviously, because we're not bad people that are just going to leave it and walk away. Yeah. So we did that. But then she's been pretty good. She hasn't really had any accidents in the house. She pissed once.
Yeah, I think twice is what we've had.
But, like, so when my friend Dinah got a dog, and she was just like, I mean, I've had dogs for my whole life, but she was just like, my trainer just told me that you're supposed to just take your dog out every 2 hours. Or every hour is what she did, and then she started every 2 hours. And I was like, that's actually, like, a really smart idea. Where you just take the dog out so much, the dog just identifies, all right, outside I do this, outside I do this. And they don't have time to, like, you're not waiting 4 hours to take your dog out to piss, so they're not doing it in the house. And then they just get used to that real quick.
Yeah, well, the cool thing has been, too, every time we've ever had a dog, like, in our family, we've always gotten them really young. Getting this one at 13 weeks, she already kind of, like, knows. So, like, we don't have to just constantly take her out. Like, she'll tell you, like, hey, I need to fucking go outside.
Yeah, we're still working on that.
So, like, that's been pretty cool. She's smart like that. But so then, we took her up to Fredericksburg this weekend to meet my parents' dogs because that's where she's going to live. And the thing we were really worried about is our big dog, Brady. He's, like, such an alpha fucking dog. He just attacks. Every animal that comes near him, he fucking attacks it without question. So, like, we had her in her, like, kennel and, like, letting him meet, and he's, like, growling. Our other dog, the fat fucking American bulldog who looks like a giant sausage link, fucking just loved her immediately.
He's hanging out, yeah.
Just fucking, like, she's fat, so she can't really run around play, but she'll just sit down and let the puppy jump all over and then just swat her with one fat fucking arm. But,
Dogs are the best.
Dude, they are. But
Dogs
yeah,
are the
okay,
best.
so we bring her up there. This is also part of where I've been. We bring her up there for the weekend, to socialize them. And my dad, where he lives, their whole, like, I don't really want to call it a neighborhood because it's all like 9-10 acre plots. But, there's like 30 houses in it.
Right.
So whatever. Right outside their neighborhood, they've adopted like 4 miles of highway or whatever. So, like, a couple times a year, they go and pick up all trash. So, like, on Thursday, my dad was like, oh, by the way, when you guys come up, you're going to wake up Saturday morning and help us pick up trash. I was like, oh.
Why would you adopt the highway?
Just because it's right outside their neighborhood and to pick up trash so that it doesn't look like shit outside of their neighborhood. Because it's nice houses.
Okay.
And so we woke up. It actually wasn't that bad because my dad said usually they have like 8 people and it takes them 2 hours. We had like 15 fucking people. So, like, you just...
You have a stabby stick?
Yeah, oh yeah, my dad has all the grabbers for the whole neighborhood and everything, like, because he's on, like, the board or whatever the fuck they do. And, yeah, we all did that, and it took, like, an hour, just walk a couple miles. I destroyed my fucking shoes because it's early in the morning. I didn't think about bringing boots.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just walking in my shoes and all the misty, dewy grass that's a foot high.
And mud and all that shit.
Well, it wasn't muddy, but it was just, that morning mist because it hadn't rained in a while.
Right.
But, like, within 50 feet, my feet were already soaked. And I had to walk, like, a mile
You had to finish it.
But, yeah, did all that.
And you just gave back. I don't need a judge to tell me to do community service.
And we're all wearing our... which I'm hoping this bought me some good karma for a while. But, like, I felt
Yeah, you can, like, kill a kid or something, right?
Like, in our
hit a
group,
guy.
it was me, my brother, and my dad. And I was like, thank God Dad's here with us. Because the way me and my brother look, if we're just wearing orange vests on the side of the highway, we look like fucking
You
convicts.
look like you were made
Especially
to
my
do
brother
that.
was wearing his American flag bandana, too. So,
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that. He's a patriot.
But he kind of looks like a real Charlie Day, but that you would totally expect to be a convict.
Okay.
But
I can see that. I can see that with a bandana on.
That's where I've been.
It's a pretty good where you've been.
Yeah, I got 2 weeks worth of shit. And...
I feel like we've all been places besides Robert, who's really just played one. He played a game. You want to read an ad for me real fast?
Yeah, I'll read the ad
and,
for you.
I'm going to go piss and then grab us a beer.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and we'll do Comeback Kid.
Monster Vase, por favor.
Okay.
All right, guys, you've heard me talk about MeUndies, and you know that I'm a big believer in their product. They're the perfect balance of comfortable fit. Every month they have a new and exciting print, and they arrive at your door in a fun bag. It's always nice to have a fun bag with your underwear.
It is. It's like the number one thing I look for when picking underwear.
I mean, when I think of underwear, I think of my fun bag.
Mm-hmm.
MeUndies uses my... Sorry. Talking about nutsacks. MeUndies uses Lensing Micromodal in their underwear that is a sustainably sourced, naturally soft fiber that starts with beechwood trees and ends with the most amazing fabrics that you've ever experienced. The results have been downright dreamy. MeUndies' adventurous prints and designs are all limited edition, and new patterns are released every few weeks on a rolling basis. Their 100% satisfaction guarantee means that MeUndies guarantees that you will love your first pair of underwear, or you'll get your money back and still get to keep the undies. For 20% off a pair of the most comfortable underwear that you'll ever put on, and for free shipping, go to MeUndies.com/podcast. That's MeUndies.com/podcast. MeUndies.com/podcast. I feel like they had to put fun bag in there knowing that we were going to talk about nutsacks.
Yeah, I also feel like every time you have to read an ad, you're going to break down with that copy. Because last time you talked about Alex's wet dreams. This time it's a fun bag.
As you know, every time you talk, me and Alex interrupt you 15 times. It's just my ADD running wild. But you put fun bag in the middle of a thing.
Dude, I made that exact joke. It's like a boobs. You're basically talking about boobs.
Like, I see one thing, and my brain just goes, oh, well, what I was doing is over now.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm very similar, which is how we have such derailed
You forgot part
podcasts.
2 already.
I did?
You didn't come back with no beers.
Oh, fuck.
Don't
You're
worry,
right.
no, we're good.
Watch
We're
this,
good.
watch this.
I've already got myself a spare.
Watch this. I got it.
Talking about my ADD, and Alex can't even pay attention to what he's doing. I think Alex is already drunk, guys. Oh, Wheezy! By the way, guys, this is the first time I've gotten to meet the new podcast mascot, Wheezy. She's not sure about me yet, but I'm breaking her down.
She's warming up to you. All right, so I got her this bandana that's it's gonna have past the gravy on it by the time we have our karaoke night, and I think we might just bring her out to karaoke night.
Have you checked if that's allowed?
Nope.
You should probably do that.
It's ask for forgiveness, not for permission kind of thing.
Well, if it's like a health code thing, you don't want to have to leave her outside all night. Which they've got a deck there, so
right?
like,
So I'm just saying you could hang out with her anyways.
Yeah.
crack that door open. I don't know. I'm pretty like
But
I
also,
know the owner.
By May 4th, even at night, it's gonna be fucking warm. I'm gonna want to be. I'm an inside air conditioning kind of guy.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. She's probably coming though. She's probably coming still.
We'll just put her in the back office.
Yeah, she'll be cool. She'll be chill.
Just shit in the middle of Packers.
She likes to party.
Wait, so like I remember we said it's gonna be changed. It's gonna become Packers Pub. Is it still gonna be Avenue Bar at this time?
It is Avenue Bar. So basically, when I talked to Andrew Packard, the owner and manager of it, the big thing is Yelp and those like the review sites and stuff. Because a lot of times you're like, hey, where's that bar at? And you type in the name, and if it doesn't pop up on Yelp, people just don't go to it. And he said until Yelp 100% officially changes it over to Packard's Pub, we're going to just go Avenue Bar. So until...
I feel like he doesn't know how to be a dick then, because you give me one day, I'll just call Yelp 15 fucking times and be like, hey, you're going to stay on the phone with me until I
don't think that's
changed.
the only thing. I think he's working on like also like imaging and everything as well. But he that's the plan is to change it to Packard's Pub, and he just was like, go with Avenue Bar for this, and then by the next thing it should be Packard's Pub.
I keep hearing that.
I know, I do too, and I'm rooting for it. I'm like, how badass would it be to have a bar with your own name on it? You know,
Right.
that's the dream.
Hopefully, imagine if he could do it in the next month and get to show up to the reunion with his own bar. With
That
his name
would
on
be killer. That would be killer. Yeah, we got that high school reunion coming right around the corner. I can't wait to do that. We might have to do a bonus podcast. It's just after that, and we're just recapping it, talking about
wherever the after party is supposed to be. Let's fucking do it.
Let's just do it with all of our old high school buddies, and that no one listening really knows.
And just
but,
have people yelling in the fucking background.
Yeah, I remember that.
It'll be the worst podcast ever,
But
it'll probably be my favorite.
It'll be a bonus podcast, so
It'll
then
be-
you can't complain because it's an extra.
It'll be Drunkcast 2.0.
Let's do that. We're gonna do another drunk cast, reunion drunk cast. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
I like that. Okay, now we should move on to the segment called Comeback Kid, where we talk about things that have come back into the news, gang. It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Ooh, that's new.
Yeah, that was my
Astros Chance frame is up.
not,
there.
and I just to be clear, I am not claiming that I am a diehard Astros fan by any means. I did work the 3 worst seasons ever in the history of Major League Baseball, so I kind of feel like I deserve to get to take a picture with the
I
trophy.
feel like you were bad luck.
No, they were part of the rebuild, so you could also argue that I'm the best luck because they were getting all those prospects while I was working those games.
I mean, there's a little logic.
Just the product they put on the and I remember.
Hey guys, Astros just won.
There we go. A little day game win. A dace ball is what we call it, right?
I love day games more than anything else. Like, I'd rather go to a day game than any other game, any other time of the day. Because, like, it's like if
Do you want to go to that May 3rd game?
That's a Thursday. I'll be at work.
Fuck.
But like day games, like when
You
you can
going?
sit there,
All right, cool.
get a little boozy in the afternoon, maybe take a nap in between innings. It's fucking great. Day games are the shit.
Dude, we get Crawford Box day game tickets on the 3rd.
I've never been in the
Shout out
Crawford
to
box.
Lauren Peterson for hooking us up.
Never been in the Crawford box.
Bobby Jokes is coming. Did I not just invite you?
Yeah, but I'm at work.
Well, whose fault is that?
My job's.
Yeah, who wants to pay bills, huh? Bills so important to you that you can't go to a baseball game in the middle of the day?
I'm kind of.
I'm just saying.
I gotta pay my bills.
You know, you make good points. So Comeback Kid, yeah, but we're gonna check out a day baseball game, but that is pretty awesome. And Pat is the first Comeback Kid.
Feels good.
Yeah, you're back. It's been 2 weeks.
It feels
good
good
to have you back. Bobby Jokes, also sort of a comeback kid, but you've not really missed a podcast because you were technically on all of them in Pat's absence, even via phone.
I should have just had you texting me during the other ones.
Do you know how obnoxious of a... Wait. Remember that thing we talked about 10 minutes ago? Pat just got back to me. He wanted to let you know, and then we just reopened that whole can of worms. Wait, where were we when we got...
That would have been a 5-hour fucking podcast.
Phyllis would have just left. Fuck you, I'm done. Well,
I haven't even
shout out
met
to
this guy,
Phyllis
and I
for
hate
filling in. Yeah, we need to do one with all of us. Phyllis,
Yeah.
I think you and Phyllis would be really fun together to
I think so.
to test some back and forth. But Comeback Kids, Pat's the first one. And then let's just call this podcast Royal Gravy because babies are back. The Royal Baby. Have you been following all of that? They just I mean, it's a family issue for me. You know, Kate Middleton birthed it, so I'm kind of entitled. I'm basically an uncle. a royal uncle, so I'm a prince. If you think about it.
I'm going right along with the meme that we shared on the page this week.
Oh,
I
wait.
don't give a shit
I'm
about
telling you, that baby could be the star of a show called Babies I Don't Care About.
Yep.
Thank you, Will Ferrell.
Yep. And as our good friend Josh Rice commented below, I'm pretty sure we won a war. That means we don't have to give a flying fuck about those babies
Right.
anymore.
Also, I was talking about this on the morning show the other day, where it was just like, those guys don't have any power. Like, why the fuck do we still have a king and a queen and a prince and a princess? Like, what the fuck do they do?
They're rich and they hold land.
That's it, though.
Yeah.
But so, like, the
What's this-
Kardashians are like the
Because
princesses
British people
of
are
America,
stupid.
right?
No.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, basically,
people like that family.
That's the only reason you like the royal family, though, right?
What reason? No, I'm not
Just
saying I
'cause
do.
they're
I'm
there.
Saying, I'm saying the British people like them.
But, like, if
That's why they can't win wars without us, because they like being subjugated.
look at you using subjugated as a word. Now define subjugated.
To be under and be ruled upon.
I'll take it. I'm
Bruh.
not gonna look it up.
Smart as fuck, bruh.
Somebody did their SATs.
Dude, I killed the SATs.
I did not. I was more of an ACT kind of guy.
I did good. I got like a 1260 or something like that.
Did well.
Did well, yeah.
There we go.
That was back. We took them back. Remember when the writing was part of your score, even though none of the colleges looked at it, and I got like an 1850.
I think my highest score was like in writing, and it was because I bullshitted it, and I wasn't nervous about it at all, and it was just like, oh, but we don't give a shit, so
Yeah.
sorry.
And then the I got a great score. Like I got like a real SAT score of 1265 or something like that, which is I only applied to Sam Houston and Texas State, and I was like, well, that gets me into both of those. My mom was like, you're gonna take it again. I was like, fucking why? Second time I took it, I fell asleep during the writing section.
I had to write an essay to get into Sam Houston, and then still had to go and meet with a guy that told me to my face that he thought I would flunk out.
Wow, I didn't have to do either of those things. And
Trevor Holt, I didn't forget your name, you son of a bitch.
I
and
did.
now I'm podcasting, motherfucker.
I did flunk out of Texas State for a semester.
Wait, but did you have to go to like a community college? Or did you just get
No,
on
I-
academic probation?
No. Well, I was on academic probation, and then I was on it again, and then I still didn't have a 2.0, so they suspended me for a semester, so I came home and got a job.
Okay.
That's when I worked
I did
at
not know that
HEB.
about you.
Yeah. And then I went back and was like, yeah, I'm going to change my major now.
What was it originally?
Well, originally it was like coaching. I don't remember. I think it was like exercise science. something like that.
Kinesiology?
Well, I think kinesiology was actually my minor. No. That was back when history was my minor, and I think kinesiology made me
Dude, history, totally bad. History was my minor too, and it was only my minor because at one point when I had to meet with what are they called? Not an RA, but whatever the assistants are, and the admissions office or whatever it is, I was just like, what, like, how many credits do I need? Like, what subject am I closest to getting as a minor? And they're like, if you take 2 more history classes, you could be a history minor. I was like, we got ourselves a minor. Let's do that.
Oh no, see, that's you can't fuck around with history at Texas State. They take that shit serious. There's one
History's like one of the only classes that I really like enjoyed.
dude. There was
It
only
wasn't a major
one,
class.
Oh no, see, and I always loved history, but there was only like 2 classes in all of Texas State that taught history, where it was a Scantron test. Everything else than that was essays.
Oh my god,
Dude, it was nuts. Like, and luckily I took one of those 2 classes at one point. But like, really, the only reason I like fell below was my other classes. I didn't give a shit, and I just fucked around. Like, I took what's the shit weather broadcasters do? What the fuck is? I took a class on that.
Oh yeah,
I sat in the back and watched Manchester United games the whole time.
What? Because you weren't a West Ham fan yet.
That, and I took anthropology. Did the same thing.
I don't even know what anthropology is.
It's the
Fuck
study
that.
of human cultures. It was bullshit. But then, when I went back, I changed to criminal justice, which was perfect because I didn't pay any more. I probably paid less attention after I was suspended.
Yeah.
But criminal justice is a joke.
Really?
It's a joke to like, guys. If you want, like, if you've got like a family business that you
Was
know
it
you're
just
gonna
like,
go into
hey,
after
don't
college,
shoot this person, do shoot
dude,
this person,
you-
don't
you
shoot
ha-
this
You have
person?
to retain zero knowledge. You just pay attention, take notes, take the test, and then you can forget everything you just did. Like if you have a family business that you're gonna go into afterwards and you know it, and you're just going to college because your parents tell you to, go to Texas State and get a criminal justice degree, because you can just fucking party for 4 years.
The more you know.
Dude, it was
The more you know, gang.
All I did after I got suspended was get fucked up all the time and raised my GPA. Not my GTA. The more you know. Shit, the last 2 semesters I was there.
You raised your Grand Theft Auto.
The last 2 semesters I was there, I only took 2 classes each semester.
How do you... What?
Yeah, and they were both Monday, Wednesday classes. So I had from Thursday until Monday off every fucking week, and I just got fuck bombed.
That's badass.
Dude, it was dope. Like, I hope my parents don't ever listen to them, which they never will.
They probably won't.
But, like, yeah, they paid
I'm sorry,
for me.
Deion's.
They paid for me to
We were
party
totally just
my
joking
face
if you're
off.
listening. He definitely didn't do that.
No, I totally did.
Yeah, we're trying.
Well, no, now I still know. All the time my dad was so fucking me like, hey, how's that criminal justice degree going that I paid for? What are you doing with that? And I was like,
Not much at all.
Not much right now, Dad. Not doing a lot with it. Cops keep getting shot, so I'm
Well, they don't know. They're shooting people too.
two cops got killed today. Maryland, there was one.
Did not know that before I made that previous statement.
I'm trying to remember what my brother said. He was responding to a robbery, I think, up in Maryland, and got killed. And then in Dallas, there was another cop.
And that
just
Gaines
responded
guy
to
got
some
shot
fucking call.
here not
He
too
got
long
killed.
ago.
Yeah.
But hey, don't worry. It's only the cops that are doing the shit.
Hey, remember earlier when I was talking about how I was wondering if the Packers would sit at 14 or if they trade
up?
No, they're looking. I just got my update. They are looking to trade up.
Okay, let's just add. Like, we're gonna add. So the royal baby is back, though. Royal baby's back.
How the fuck did we just get
I
where we
don't
were?
know, but
This is what happens when I've been off for 2 weeks and I start drinking.
So the royal baby is back, and everybody fucking cares about it. Now, there's all these people that are like, I'm going to take off on maternity leave, and I'm going to do this, and I need this many months. But you know what the Middletons do? 'Cause Kate Middleton was like 7 hours later. She was like, you know what? I'm going to do my baby photo shoot. Don't worry. I'm okay. I've got my hair. I've got my makeup done. I just wanted my kid. I just wanted to get rid of this process. Let's get back to work. The Middletons, there's no days off with us.
What do you mean get back to work?
She's taking pictures.
So her job is taking pictures?
Yeah, being a mom now. I don't know what she does.
You're welcome.
Being a mother is the hardest job
Philanthropy.
in the world.
How the fuck would you know, Oprah?
Because everybody tells me
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
right. I've seen that Bill Burr special as well.
Everybody tells me it is.
God, sorry
Yeah,
about
that is
one.
pretty gross.
Yeah, that one
was a pretty
smells a
gross
little bit.
burp.
My bad, guys.
It was a burp. That was more like a fart.
It was a Bart.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Hey guys, Jay Feely's back as well. My hero now. Because apparently, so if you didn't hear, Jay Feely took the
Jay Feely and guns.
took the the oldest
Guns
joke
are
in the
back.
book about prom. The don't do anything to defile my daughter. I'm going to shoot you. He took
I'm
the
cleaning
picture.
my gun when my daughter's prom date comes over.
Yeah.
You know that old chestnut.
So they took the picture of him in between the kids, holding his pistol down at the ground, hand not near the trigger.
100% from the movie Bad Boys. 100% from the movie Bad Boys. So if you ever saw Bad Boys, you should get that.
Except Bad Boys was much more extreme than what he did.
Right.
And people freaked the fuck out.
But he hashtagged Bad Boys. So if you had
he
seen
did.
Bad
I didn't
Boys
see that.
like I did, when I saw that tweet, I was like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
He's doing
And
it's
people
from Bad
how
Boys.
how can you joke about shooting students when students have been fucking, because it's the oldest fucking joke in prom. Like, it's the dad's joke is, I'm gonna be cleaning my gun, don't fuck my daughter. And so then of course he had to come out with his apology, like, listen, they've been dating for a year, they were joking, my finger wasn't near the trigger, the gun was unloaded, he knows me, I like the kid.
I was listening to another podcast. Shout out to Part of My Take, but Big Cat from Barstool Sports was saying that
I love Big Cat.
he was like, Jay Feely's whole Twitter thing was like the epitome of what sports Twitter is, where like everybody else in the world was like, oh my god, how dare you, and like every football fan was just like, yeah, asshole, that's Jay Feely, he's a dick.
Yeah. You know what would have made the picture better? If he was
If he had
wearing
gloves,
his
if he had
gloves.
if he had his white kicker gloves. Not just one. He went double gloves. Jay Feely, I will never forgive you for that game that you missed 3 fucking field goals against the Seahawks. You fucked the Giants over, and I remember still to this day.
I love you, Jay
They
Feely.
had a Saturday Night Live sketch about you being such a shitty kicker where they had to have you fly a plane, and then you crashed a plane because you were that bad at kicking.
Oh, that's offensive. People
Well,
have died in plane
But
crashes
hey,
before.
Hey, Saturday Night Live did it, and they're the most liberal people that I've seen in a while now. I love Saturday Night Live. I'm not shitting on Saturday. I still watch it.
I still do.
I still watch it, but
I
like,
love Saturday Night Live.
and I love Michael Che and Colin Jost are like two of my favorite people on there.
They're
but
fucking
god
great.
damn it, Weekend Update. Just like the Trump jokes, like I get it. It's low hanging fruit, but it's just like every joke doesn't have to be Donald Trump. Every joke doesn't have to be Donald Trump. And I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a Trump guy. I'm the opposite of a Trump guy. I think it's funny that he pisses off so many people, but I don't agree with what he does most of the time. But it's just like we like how many Donald Trump jokes can we fit into an 8-minute segment where it's just like, god damn it, like we get it. We get it.
I think I'm about to sneeze, so I don't
feel like you're gonna sneeze. Okay, I don't know.
One of my favorite, I love that right after the Trump election, Chris Rock was the host, because then they got to run that skit that they did where
it was Chappelle. It was Chappelle that was the host, and he had Chris Rock on.
Oh, and he had Chris. That's right, and they got to run.
They were watching the reviews, and
all we need to do is like we're gonna win, and then
I can't believe there's that many racists out there. And he's like, I can.
They look at each other like, oh really? You can't believe. That was a fucking great one.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So like, just like I don't know. That's what I'm bitching about with SNL, but that somehow got from Jay Feely. Jay Feely, just like guns are back, and it was just like he was doing a joke. And I think people have to get over the fact that like a joke doesn't have to agree with your political beliefs all the time without you having to be that upset.
Especially when it's a well-established joke that's part of our culture. Everybody understands. That'd be like somebody getting offended over "pull my finger." It's the oldest fucking joke.
Well, Pat, that back during World War II, the Nazis used to make the Jews pull their fingers, and that meant that they were going to murder their families. So that's an anti-Semitic thing that you just said there, Pat.
You put a little Nancy Grace on that, actually.
Oh my God, you know that the Jews are getting persecuted! You knew that! Don't act like you didn't know, Pat!
Oh man, that's good. Yeah, people suck.
Pretty much.
Like, to quote Dwight, which by the way, guys,
why don't we just all move to Nazi Germany?
You're a little late on that one, Nancy. Fuck you.
Part of the good thing about being sick is I've been able to start catching up a lot more on The Office.
Which is good.
And just like Dwight said at Phyllis's wedding, we need a new plague. Because there's way too many people. They just need to be gone.
And I'm not gonna. I could go down a very slippery slope here because I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna hold my tongue. I won't.
Say. Let's put the plague in California and get rid of all those fucking people.
I'm not them. But just there's times where it's like we're trying to like talk a guy off a ledge, and it's like this guy's not contributing to society. Just let him go. We need less people. It's one less mouth to feed.
That's true.
I'm not saying suicide's good. But at a certain point, we got to evaluate like quality of life for everyone else. If this guy's willing to just sacrifice, let's let it go.
This came up in the group chat the other day.
If you're just mad, just let him do it. I'm not saying that you're suffering from depression that you should do that. But like, if you want to kill yourself, you should be able to kill yourself.
If you don't want to live anymore, you should be able to do it, and you shouldn't have to do it like you should be able to go to a hospital and be like, dude, I don't want this anymore. I'm done, and they should be able to, like, I'm 150%.
You can pay them out of pocket for them to help assist you with it. Then boom, they tax your estate, and hey, guess who makes more money? The government does. Okay, fucking, that's what you guys want.
I'm off of that then. Never mind. Just shoot yourself in the head.
This is a weird slope. We a slippery slope. We just
see. I wish I had Chris next to me right now because I feel like Chris would totally be on board with that.
I'm not. If you want to do it, just do it. But just, I don't know.
Dog lives should be more valuable than human lives. I fucking said it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm fair with. I'm fair. Like there's a lot of dogs. There's too many dogs right now. But like, I would rather have more dogs than people.
But yeah, if we had less people,
like,
then we could use tax money to help dogs more.
Would you rather be in a room with me, Robert, you, and 17 dogs? Or me, Robert, you, and 17 other people. 100% it's dogs. And I think we've already decided dogs over people in a previous podcast, but I think we just start to repeat ourselves after a while. That's kind of what we do here. Also back is the draft. I don't know if you know this, but the draft is this fucking week. The Browns have the first pick and the fourth pick.
That they got from
the Texans. Do they go Saquon Barkley? Can we agree that Saquon Barkley is the most talented person in the draft right now?
Yeah.
He's the most talented person available.
But you don't pick a running back number 1 overall.
Unless he's Saquon Barkley.
No.
Although we haven't had this much hype over a running back since Reggie Bush, and how did Reggie Bush turn out?
I mean, Zeke's hype was pretty. It wasn't quite this.
Zeke
high.
was nowhere near as big as I still think Saquon Barkley looks too good to fail. I also thought that about Reggie Bush though, so I'm not saying I'm above that.
This is why you don't pick a running back number one.
Reggie
overall.
Bush, Super Bowl champion. Reggie Bush.
Best case scenario, you get 8 years out of your running back. More likely, you're in the 5 to 6 year range, and then those last 2 years are just kind of you're paying him for his services of what he's done for your team in the last 2 years. Quarterback, best case scenario, you get 16 years.
Right. Worst case scenario, it sets you back 6.
Running backs, more than likely, you're getting like 4 to maybe 8 years out of them. Quarterbacks, you're looking for that 10-year guy.
Okay, but just
even defensive linemen, you're getting 8 to 10 years.
Look at it from my point of view, like from the Giants. The Giants have an aging quarterback. They've got a group of guys that are going to be around for a couple more years, and that's it.
Saquon makes sense for you. The number 1 overall pick,
right?
No, it fucking doesn't.
So say from the Giants, you take Saquon Barkley. You've got that 8-year window. You could possibly. I'm not saying that the Giants are going to win 2 Super Bowls, but you've got like a shot at 2 Super Bowl runs.
Yeah.
You could try and make.
Yeah,
at least.
I'm just saying it doesn't make sense for the Browns, especially because they picked up Carlos Hyde.
They traded for Carlos Hyde. Yeah, a lot of people forget that.
You need your fuck. I forgot about it earlier.
Who do they go with? If you're
Barkley should be
the
number
Barkley,
1 overall.
You think they go Barkley number 1?
Should be the number 1. No, I think they're going to go Josh Allen because they're the fucking Browns.
That's the most Browns pick ever, though.
Oh,
draft JoshAllen.com.
Here's what kills me is they're going with all the you hear these reports every fucking day, and apparently the GM will not even tell the owner who he's going to pick until tomorrow, Wednesday night, the night before the draft. He's not telling anybody.
Dude, it's just like that movie Draft Day.
Dude, Draft Day was actually a great movie.
It was not that good.
I love Draft Day. Fuck you. But anyway, it's such like a Browns fucking thing. I don't want them to pick the wrong guy anymore.
But then did you hear the newest revelation today? Where it was Josh Allen
or Baker Mayfield,
who was a second-round quarterback to a lot of people.
Which out of the top 4 guys, I think are the 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Like honestly, I want to take Baker. Not in these top ones.
I would take Baker Mayfield over Josh Allen.
I remember on the podcast weeks back, I said I'd take Baker Mayfield off my draft board. That was a knee jerk. Him just being a jackass thing. I would not take him in the first round. A second rounder, I'd take him.
But he's going to be a first rounder. He's going to be a first.
He's going to be a top.
He's going to be a Tim Tebow. Somebody's going to trade up. But I think he's better than Tim Tebow, talent-wise. The only problem, because with Manziel, he gets those Manziel comparisons, and with the Manziel comparisons, I just feel like
that's completely
Johnny
unfair.
was a drinker. I'm not saying Mayfield doesn't drink, but Mayfield,
he's just an idiot.
He just talks shit. He's a shit talker, and I kind of like that in a guy. I fucking hate OU, and I hated him when he was at OU, but
also because
he's
a state trader. He was at Tech and left to go to OU.
Yeah,
fuck that guy. He's a state trader.
But he's just passionate. To me, you talking shit about hey, you guys said we were gonna get upset, so suck my dick. That's him being fuck you. I remember it. He blocks people on Twitter and he writes down people's names that are talking shit about him. And he's I know when I get to the league, I'm not gonna answer your questions, and that's what's awesome to me about him. Yeah, I'm not saying I want him on my team.
Just a dickhead.
I think he's a dickhead as well. But I think he's also talented at what he does. He's very undersized, though.
He's undersized. He's not Drew Brees. I think at best he's not at best. He's a project. You can't plug that dude in and let him play.
He has 2 first names. Do you know who else has 2 first names?
Hold on.
Tom Brady. Perfect.
Hold on.
Perfect Patriot.
Technically, yes. But who the fuck has the first name Mayfield? No. That does not count as a 2 first name guy. Ricky Bobby.
Guy from the South.
Tom Brady.
Guy from the South.
Those are first name guys. Baker Mayfield? No, that's not. Shit, Baker's more of a last name than it is a first name.
Mayfield is more of a count name. This guy has 2 last names. Mayfield is more of a count name.
So, yeah.
Anyways, I still think that, if you had to go top 3 picks, it's Browns, Giants, Jets. What would you go?
If I was each team?
What do you think is going to happen?
Unfortunately, I think it's going to be Josh Allen, then Saquon, and then the Jets are going to get Darnold.
I don't think the Browns are as dumb as everybody's saying this year. And just stay woke with me on this.
Well, I understand
what you did.
I don't think, Josh Allen, he's not a dumb pick. For me, I don't like Josh Allen. I don't like
anything about it.
It's
everybody's comparing him to Carson Wentz. They're saying he's tall, he can throw it really far.
He missed a lot of passes in college. Would be a smart comparison to make is that Yeah, Matt Stafford had a shitty completion percentage coming out too.
He's not Matt Stafford.
But he's not. Matt Stafford had a different, like, he's got a cannon. Matt Stafford had a different kind of cannon. Josh Allen has the cannon to where he can throw it 80 yards. Matt Stafford has the kind of cannon to where he can throw a 20-yard out on a fucking dime and hit that son of a bitch every time.
He throws you open.
Yeah.
And that's the difference in an NFL quarterback and a college quarterback. Where you throw to open receivers and where you throw a receiver open. And I think that Mayfield has a better throwing someone open ability than anyone. I think Darnold is the number one in that entire draft.
Darnold is just the smart pick.
I would go, and I think so. This is my just stay woke on this, gang. I feel like a lot of rumors have been thrown around, and just the Giants alone, me being a fan of them, has just noticed like, oh well, they're talking about taking so and so instead, and it's just these absurd people. And like you gotta like remember, the Browns have the 1st and 4th pick. So the Browns are also trying not to give away too much on what they're going to do with that 1st pick so they can swing back and hopefully keep people guessing for that 4th pick because you don't want anybody gone in those other 2 picks. Why would you fucking say who you're going to take first off so then they can start preparing for that? Why not be like, we might get Baker Mayfield. Yeah, we're maybe Baker Mayfield too. That's who it's between. That's not between Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is not going to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. He is not. I promise you he will not be.
I feel like because they've got the 4th and they want to keep it quiet, they have to go quarterback. Because if you go running back there, that leaves those other guys.
Well, you get your choice at quarterback at 1. But if you don't at 4. If you
go quarterback, and then the Giants go quarterback, and then the Jets go quarterback, people are going to lose their fucking minds trying to get the quarterback, and everybody will give somebody might jump from 7 to 4 with a massive king's ransom to where the Jets can, or the Cleveland could trade back just a couple picks and stockpile shit. If you go running back right away right there, you kill your ability to trade back a little bit on that 4th pick and still stockpile the fuck out of what you're going to do.
It would also be the most Cleveland thing ever to trade back from that 4th pick because they're like, well, we've already got 75 draft picks. What if we had 200?
And everyone's saying you've got enough. You now's the time to use them. But yeah, if you're still going to get 2 first-rounders in 3 seconds,
if you can continue to keep doing that, do that year in and year out.
That's how you stay a fucking dynasty. Like if you get your guy that you want and you can trade back 3 picks and get 4 more picks in the next 2 years.
And if you're in the AFC, you're waiting out Brady realistically at this point. I get that they're not in the AFC East, but you're waiting out Tom Brady for a shot to get to a Super Bowl because it's not going to happen.
And it's
not going to happen if you're not the Steelers or Patriots until they're gone.
Their division is ripe for being taken over. Ben's not playing for too much longer. Brady might outplay Ben.
But he does. He already does.
I love Andy, but Andy Dalton is what he is.
They drafted a guy.
He's not a fucking threat.
Or, no, they didn't.
No, they had A.J. McCarron, but
they traded him.
And then the Ravens, they suck.
Whoa. Did you see they just signed Robert Griffin?
I mean, Joe Flacco isn't going to...
Robert Griffin is on their team, too. And I don't know if you know this, he won a Heisman.
Yeah.
So Robert Griffin's there. You going to...
Yeah, I got to pee. I've been trying to hold this
up. All right, Pat's got to piss, so I will talk some more. But I personally think that I really feel like a lot of teams right now are just throwing up smoke screens where you're trying to confuse everybody else, and they're realizing how dumb the media is. And you guys should all understand how dumb the media is too, where you're just like, okay, we're thinking about this guy, and it's like, oh, well, he smirked at me when he said they were thinking about this guy, which means that guy is 100% the top guy on their board. I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of what's going on is they're trying to protect the rest of their picks. They're trying to let you think that there's other stuff going on so you don't have your just draft board ready to go. They want you thinking. They want you on your toes until they can get that 4th pick in or whatever they're trying to do. And so just don't believe everything you're hearing. The Giants were supposedly shopping Odell Beckham for the entire offseason so far. And that's not happening. They said that he's staying on the team. It's just not going to happen. If I had to guess what the first 3 picks in the draft would be, I would say that the Browns take Sam Darnold, number 1. I would say that the Giants take Saquon Barkley, number 2. And I would say that... I don't know. I'm really torn between Rosen and Allen, but I think that with the question marks about Rosen, I think that the Jets, also a very Jets pick, would go Josh Allen. They need a big guy. They need a big arm in New York, and I feel like that'll be what that is as well. So I would go Darnold, Saquon Barkley to the Giants, and then Josh Allen to the Jets. That's just my opinion, but I'm one of those people like Pat's really excited for the draft. I'm not super excited for the draft. It's one night. I think it's stupid that they do the first round by itself. I think they should do the 2. I think like if you're gonna do it in primetime, do the first 2 rounds at least, and then split up, like do through 3 through 5, and then 6 through 7 on Saturday. That's just what I want to see. I liked the way that the draft used to be, where you just did the goddamn first half of it on a Saturday. You woke up early, you got to watch that. I don't know why we got to put it in prime time, but whatever. So those are that's what I got to say on that. But we've got a mock draft coming up of some good stuff. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but also a comeback kid. So our last one was the draft. Another comeback kid is speaking of the city of Philadelphia, that is the home to the fucking Super Bowl champions, which kills me to say. Fuck you, Daniel Tom Chesson and your team. But like not Daniel Tom Chesson, because I like you because you listen to the podcast, even though you have a horrible taste in football teams. Anyways, Meek Mill, he's back. Are we all Meek Mill fans?
Nope. Never listened to a song. Don't give a shit about
Well, this, and I probably couldn't name you a Meek Mill song if I hadn't already looked it up. This is Dreams and Nightmares. This is Meek Mill. So he was in jail. He apparently had been arrested for guns and weapons, or guns and drug charges in the past, and had been on probation for like over a decade. And then I think he was doing wheelies on a motorcycle, and that violated parole. So he got sent back to jail last year and was in jail during the entire Eagles title run, which is why you heard the phrase Free Meek Mill. And a lot of that was just a big deal. There was a big hashtag campaign going on behind it. And then Meek Mill got out of jail yesterday. And the 76ers are playing in the NBA playoffs. And so Meek Mill was released from jail. Then he promptly walked to a helicopter outside the jail, where he was flown from jail to, I believe it's called the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, where the 76ers played. And then he went...
You're forgetting a key part of the story. He wasn't just picked up by a helicopter. The 76ers president flew to pick him up.
I didn't know that much.
Yeah.
Okay. So
the owner. The owner of the...
About the same, yeah.
Which I didn't realize he was from Philadelphia until you told me that today, so that part of the story makes sense now. I was like, why the fuck does the 76ers president or owner give a shit about him?
Because when you're in Philadelphia, you haven't been used to like things to hold on to lately, so this is it now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now that I know he's from Philly, that makes sense. Before, I was just like, why the fuck's this old white guy give a shit about Meek Mill?
So they flew him in via helicopter to the Wells Fargo Center. Then he goes into the stupid 76ers have a Liberty Bell that they ring. I mean, it's already broken. So like, hey, let's look at this broken piece of U.S. history that like we fucked up, but like let's just embrace that. The fucked up shit. That's what we're gonna embrace, and that's how you get Philadelphia. Anyways, he gets to ring the ceremonial Philadelphia bell, which is what they do before games. And then he got to sit courtside, and I was like, that's probably the best like get out of jail day ever, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Getting flown via helicopter to an NBA game, then sitting courtside and getting to like be like the pregame ceremony person, like that's pretty awesome.
Hey, you know how after Philly won the Super Bowl, that's the word I'm looking for. Fuck, how they had to Crisco and like grease up all the light poles so people didn't climb them. Think Meek Mill needed any Crisco in prison?
Oh, I'm sure he needed some Crisco. I'm sure he needed a little Crisco. But a little back to Meek Mill though. So this is what I learned. This is how I got woke learning about rap beef. So he apparently has some beef with Drake. Now I guess they both dated Nicki Minaj at one point in time.
I don't know, but that's the softest beef of all time if you're beefing with a Canadian
but Nicki Minaj's ass though, and he lost because apparently
she's disgusting.
According to everyone else outside of Philadelphia, Drake put Meek Mill in a body bag with his song Back to Back. Now I'm not gonna pretend that I know the lyrics to it.
I've heard of Back to Back. Okay,
I have heard the song, so I was like, I've not heard any of Meek Mill's songs, so his diss tracks about Drake are gone. I mean, it's no Vaseline, if you know what I mean. That was the best diss track.
Well, I think Meek Mill really put himself in the body bag when he released the video of him hitting the heavy bag, like the boxing bag. Because I'm pretty sure that was the worst boxing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. It didn't look great. Not a good look. Not a good visual.
I don't know how that's the best you can put forward on video. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up. It's like I don't.
We can put on the stuff in the show page.
I don't know how to describe it. It was so bad.
So it's on YouTube. We'll throw it on the stuff in the show page.
Like if you've ever seen a fight where one person didn't know how to punch, imagine that dude didn't know how to punch a stationary object, and that's what it looked like.
That's pretty ridiculous. But still, so like rap beef, I guess, is back again. I can't wait till the next track that Drake drops now that Meek's out.
Can you imagine if like Biggie and Tupac were still alive and they saw this is what a rap beef is now? We're fighting over an ex-girlfriend. Like, dog, we used to kill people.
Dog, we just shoot you. We get Suge on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Suge Knight? What's he up to?
Y'all are fighting over a bitch?
Over a bitch? That was like the Jay-Z laugh.
I don't know. Neither one of us can do it, but like we get you gotta have the ha-ha. Like it's gotta have
it's got to roll off the tongue, and it didn't with us. Okay, so Meek Mill is back. Let's also continue on with that. Monkeys are back, dude. Now, I don't know if you saw this, but the Ninth Circuit Court ruled the other day that monkeys can't sue for copyright.
I saw. I didn't read about it. Is this the one where like somebody was suing on behalf of the monkey because it took its own picture and the dude submitted it for like?
I didn't realize this was that. Yes, it was. It was PETA, and I hate that I support PETA.
Oh,
but,
fucking PETA! No,
but,
fuck you.
Whoa, just thinking about this, like. What this photographer is just out here freelancing, right? And he's just handing monkeys cameras, and they take a selfie with themselves. And
No.
You
The
mean to
monkey
tell me
stole his camera? Like it ran over and picked it up and took the picture.
Because he's a monkey, and that's what monkeys do. But you mean to tell me that monkey doesn't
Whoa!
have any rights?
Whoa! You're saying monkeys just steal things?
I'm not saying monkeys steal things. I'm saying if that was the case, I'm just saying if that was the case.
Don't be racist.
And this monkey took this guy's camera and took a selfie of himself, and now this guy sells that selfie and makes money. You're telling me that monkey is not entitled to any of the rights to that picture? Who took the goddamn picture?
I can break it down if you want.
You have to give photography credits, don't you?
No.
I think you do.
He stole his camera. Think about it. If you stole somebody's camera and took a picture, that's their property. You took it on their property. They own that picture. Same thing with the monkey.
What if he's taking pictures of the monkey, but the monkeys haven't given any consent? How do we know that these monkeys signed no waivers that I'm aware of?
The monkey took the picture himself.
But there's also monkey pictures that they take it. So like, are you telling me that all of those photos? I think animals should be allowed to sue.
It's called wildlife photography.
I think you should be allowed to sue. Why? What counts them as wildlife? That they just live out there in the wild? Jane Goodall lived out there in the wild, and she wasn't a wild animal. Riddle me that.
Because she's a human.
Oh, so we're speciesists. Is that what we are now?
Yes.
Yeah. A little racist, but species version of that for you guys.
Think about it. Like if a dog stepped on somebody's phone as they were looking down on it and screenshot
that dog has the rights to that.
No, everyone should think, oh, that's
dog should
awesome.
have the rights to that. I'm pretty sure. Robert, what are your thoughts on this? Like, do you think these monkeys should be able to sue? Because I'm pretty sure, like, he's a photographer, and you, as someone that shoots video, like, you'd like to be reimbursed when your stuff is used, right?
As a human.
As a human, but hey, so why do we have to just stop it at human rights?
No, I think we're right.
I'm with Pat.
You're telling me that if a monkey can learn how to do his own goddamn photography and spin enough bananas that he can get his own monkey fucking photography or camera, that's what it is. That was the word, monkey camera that he wants. And you mean all those pictures that go up online are just he doesn't get any of that profit?
None of it. But here, I think you're asking the wrong question. If somebody stole your camera and took a picture that's on your property, that picture's your property, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm with Pat.
Yeah. See,
you guys are.
I got the backing of the photographer.
Bunch of speciesists, if you ask me.
First of all, don't you dare think I'm trying to disparage monkeys. Behind dogs, they are my second favorite animal.
Mine too.
All species,
Mine
especially the capuchin monkey. That's for people that don't know.
That's what Michael Jackson had.
Ventura.
Michael Jackson had one of those.
No, he had a chimpanzee. Bubbles
I thought he had a capuchin and a chimpanzee.
Well, he might.
Bubbles was the chimpanzee, but he also had the other guy.
Yeah, but for anyone who doesn't know, the capuchin,
Bubbles gets all the fame.
The capuchin is the monkey from Ace Ventura, with the little white face, and they're fucking great. Capuchin monkeys are dope. But yeah, no, like, dude, that was his property. It was taken on his property.
But it was taken of a monkey that never gave his consent to use that photo. So
Monkeys
that's all
can't
I'm
give
saying.
consent.
Why not? Why not?
Because they're a fucking monkey.
What's the difference between a monkey and a woman? Didn't we all come from monkeys?
Did you
so I'm just saying.
Compare monkeys to women.
I am.
Fucking
I am. Well, I think you did by just saying, "Oh, well, that's just what they exist for."
What?
You're just saying, well, that's just what monkeys exist for taking pictures. Is that what you think women exist for? For just being photographed nude and having sex with? Is that what you think?
You're the one making that comparison. Is that what you think?
No, that's not what I think. That's
Well,
why I'm fighting this
you're
fight.
the one who
I'm
made the
fighting
comparison.
against this.
Yeah,
Anyways, we're gonna move on then from that one. That was a no-win situation for me at least. Mitt Romney is back. Did you see he was shit talking Russell Westbrook?
Yes, I did. I put it on the list.
He's the most Utah guy ever. I mean, he was from Utah, but still, like.
Well, he did the Mitt Romney version of shit talking. Like
You just told you have 4 fouls.
Yeah, like he was sitting courtside, and when Russell Westbrook got his 4th foul in the first half, he just stepped out and held up 4 fingers, like that's 4. Like that's Mormon shit talking.
I would just remember 2008, buddy. 2008, huh? Yeah, that was not him, was it? It was 2004.
No, 8.
Oh, he just knocked out in the primaries, huh?
Yeah, 4. No. 8 was McCann. 4 was him. 2004, he lost to Obama. 2008 was McCann.
No, Obama was in 08.
That's what I'm saying. Obama beat McCain in 08. He beat Mitt Romney in 04. Because I remember I voted. It was the first time I could vote, and I voted for McCann.
No, because Obama got voted in when I was a freshman. And then he got his second term.
Oh, you know,
second one was Romney.
8 and 12. 8 and 12. Second
12.
one.
You're right.
Yeah, we were.
Remember 2012? Ha ha! That was a funny joke now that we got to it. All right. Also back is, and it's something that we've talked about already in the podcast. It's Waffle House. There was a shooting in Tennessee, and it happened to coincide with the same day that I ate at Waffle House drunkenly with my dad. It was not the same one. Obviously, we were not in Tennessee, although I am from Tennessee. And yeah.
I thought you were from Georgia.
Well, I lived in Georgia. From Memphis.
You were born in Memphis?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Which barbecue's better? Houston or Memphis?
Memphis.
Wow.
Memphis barbecue is better.
Wow. How can you be so wrong?
No, I'm not wrong.
You're 100%.
That dry rub shit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Everyone just.
I would say it goes Memphis, Kansas City, Texas,
Wow,
then
you're putting
Carolina.
us third? Wow, you're so wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
I've never been to Memphis or Kansas City, but I know
so you
you're
haven't
wrong.
had those barbecues then?
Because everything's better in Texas. Texas wins because we're the best country in the world.
That's just the propaganda they're feeding you, bud.
Wow, you're trying to say Texas does propaganda? No, we're just right.
Most
we're
things
Texas.
are better in Texas, but not that. That's
Wow.
it's just something. I'm not saying they're not good, but it's just not Memphis good.
Twitterverse, I need you to get all over his stupid ass on this.
Anyways, let's move on. So, the shooting at Waffle House, I didn't intend to turn into that. It was really me going to eat with my dad, the drunk Waffle House run with my dad. But there was also a shooting, so I was like, we got to use something to turn into a mock draft of whatever we're doing, and it's our final mock draft of the season. Which doesn't mean that we're not having Mount Rushmore season, which is a month away. But we're going to do our final mock draft, gang. This time it's of breakfast foods. So I was like what I got at Waffle House, I got bacon. Got the eggs sunny side up. And then I got a little the Waffle House hash browns, which are just the best part of Waffle House. I don't care. You can say the waffles all you want. Waffle House's best quality is their hash browns, which is the shit. And it was awesome.
It's hard to beat good hash browns.
I also got steak and eggs, so I had sunny side up with that shit steak. It was pretty great.
You're throwing out shit right now.
So, anyways, I was like, what would be a good final mock draft of the season to do? We are tied up, by the way. Robert and I both with 4 wins apiece. Last week, I beat Robert and Phyllis. So Phyllis came in second. I came in first. Our mock draft is of fat athletes.
Which I'm actually super pissed that you used that without me being here.
It was not my fault.
Phyllis came in third.
How did
Phyllis
it tie
came
in?
Yeah, Phyllis came in last.
How did fat athletes tie in?
Fat Bartolo Colon had that perfect game going, and then I was like, well, everybody was talking about him. Hey, remember fat? He's so fat. How about that? And I was like, well, let's talk about fat athletes.
Yeah, it's insulting that you wouldn't hold that for me.
And then I did love that every time I got asked why didn't you throw Bartolo Colon? And I was like, fuck Dallas.
Because I don't know if anyone saw on Twitter, I voted for Alex. And I threw out Jared.
Real, recognized real.
As soon as I saw, because I still read the prep sheets and everything for the week, and I saw fat athletes, and the first one that popped in my head was Jared Lorenzen.
That was what happened to me, but I didn't know how many people were going to recognize. I was like, one, I'm a Giants fan.
See, that's what I do.
And I don't know if a lot of people are going to realize that if you're not a sports guy.
Yeah.
But then the fact that when I posted that on Facebook, and all the people were like, dude, if you hadn't thrown Jared Lorenzen in there, it wouldn't have counted. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was the first person, maybe I was the second.
Yeah, but people were telling me,
Lorenzen's
like, dude,
the
Jared
best.
Lorenzen won it. And I was like, all right, because he was just my last pick. And I was like, no one's going to pick him.
You remember, I said it on Twitter, remember a couple months back when the XFL, or I guess maybe a month, but when they announced that they were coming back and he was using the hashtag He Ate Me.
He ate me.
I
love
like,
that.
God,
I love that. And he
guy.
played for a team called the River Monsters. That was pretty great. When you're like a 300-pound quarterback, I'm going to root for you every single time. Super Bowl champion, 300-pound quarterback, by the way.
Yeah. He was only like 280 then. But
right, but he and David Carr, both
like,
Super Bowl champions, thanks to Eli.
He's
no
like
big deal.
340 in the Arena League. That's a big dude.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But so we're going to do a mock draft of breakfast foods. Now, since we had, do you have the percentages up, Robert?
Yeah, I have them up.
What we got?
It was Phyllis at 19%,
Ooh.
me at 30%, and then Alex at 51%.
So I have won 4 straight after losing the first 4 to Robert. Pat is 0-for.
I would have won the last 2 if I was here.
That's what they always say. That's what they always
I
say.
always
So
say.
what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to do our final mock draft. We're going to close out the mock draft season with the draft actually being on Thursday. So let's just get. You guys ready? You ready to do this?
Let's do this.
It's the mock draft of breakfast foods. All right. Wait, so Robert, you're not going first? Pat's going first?
I thought Robert was first.
On the prep sheet, you had me as going first.
Yeah.
But did
Because
Phyllis lose?
Phyllis lost.
Phyllis was
Oh,
last.
well, then it should be me first.
So it's Pat first.
Oh, thank God, because I was worried I was going to get the obvious choice. There can only be one number 1 overall pick.
And
for
we all
breakfast
knew
foods.
this going in.
Bacon.
Bacon was off.
Bacon. Bacon. Nothing else needs to be said.
Understandable. When I did this list, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, damn it, I didn't win last week. I cannot have bacon. Shit.
I shouldn't even have to pick again. Bacon wins.
All right, Robert, what are you going to go with?
All right, I'm going to go with eggs.
God damn it, those are my first 2. Fuck you guys. Okay, all right, I'm going to go with another classic. And if you were a little upset by my saying Texas didn't have the best barbecue, I will say something that Texas does have the best of, and that is breakfast tacos.
Yep, that's a strong
Breakfast
pick.
tacos are a win, no matter how you do it. Now, we had a debate about eggs. Eggs that Bobby Jokes just took. Eggs count as scrambled, sunny side up, any kind of eggs you want, but we can also pick things that also involve eggs.
Yeah, it just can't be the only part of it.
It can't just have eggs, you
Yeah.
know? All right, so breakfast tacos off the board.
That's a great pick. Those are 3 first strong ones. Second pick, got to go pancakes. An all-time classic.
I like that. I figured that would be a quick one off the board. Those are actually my top 4
Yeah.
that have been taken. I'm sure it's most people's top 4 as well.
All right, I'm gonna go waffles.
God damn it,
Yep,
Bobby
you knew
Jokes.
that. You know that. Like
I know the system you guys are
you
using.
knew those would be all of them.
And I'm not liking what's left on my list right now. Okay. Now, this is something that we kind of talked about a while ago. And Bobby Jokes tried it out and was not a fan, but I still think it's one of the best breakfast foods of all time. It's French toast.
Yep.
You gotta go French toast on me.
Gotta go
That's
French
what I'm gonna
toast.
take in the second round. So first pick in the third round, Pat, what you got?
Got to go hash browns.
All
Just said, a good hash brown is hard to beat. Got to take them hash browns.
What's the best hash browns? Best hash browns to you?
Oh, God, you see, it's hard because there's chains and then there's small places. Personally, I love out in Katy. If you guys have never had it, Snappies.
Really?
Everything they do, Snappies it's just beautiful.
I would say that Waffle House still has the best ones, and I've already said that. So,
Well,
so
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
that's
stick to it.
but they do them like smothered, covered, all those different ways. I'm partial to Snappies myself. It's my favorite breakfast place.
Okay, all right. Robert, what's your pick in the third round?
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with donuts.
God damn it, Rob.
Man, that's a great one.
God damn it. Donuts is a really good one.
See, I feel like I should have gone there, but like I said, I didn't prep for
No,
this one.
but
I was
hash
just
browns hash
I'm
browns
just
is a
going
pretty
off the
good
top of
one.
my head.
Okay. Now I am gonna go with this one just because I don't think it's gonna hang around. Ah, fuck. There's 2 of them that I have that are really good. All right, this is a good one, I think. That I'm just gonna I'm flip flopping. But I'm gonna go Texas. I'm gonna go Texas in this. I'm gonna go kolaches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go kolaches. Just because
Good
donuts, kolaches, you gotta go one. You gotta
Yep.
go one or the other.
That's great. I'm gonna this is where I'm gonna throw. Like
Your
I said,
final pick.
I like just going with dope shit. Hopefully, I can turn
This
people.
is the last mock draft pick you've got, bud.
And you know what? A lot of people won't know about this, but it's fucking corned beef hash.
Corned beef hash.
Corned beef hash. If you see, that's like I said. All these times I throw in these ones that just lose it for me, and I feel like that's it. But goddamn it,
Yeah, stick to it, man.
Corned beef hash. It's so fucking good.
Also, this is not going to be picked by anybody. Do you know what scrapple is?
No.
No one knows what scrapple is. Big Northeast thing. Look it up if you haven't heard of it. It's delicious. Don't ever look what's in it though, because it's not good stuff.
I'm shocked that I've never heard of it then. Because my family's from.
It's delightful. It's a big Maryland, Eastern Shore.
Oh, okay.
Kinda
Well,
thing.
I'm New England. That's a little.
Yeah,
sad.
they got lobsters for breakfast or whatever they are.
Lobster.
All right, Robert. I've got two, so like I don't care what you take. I've got one that I'm pretty solid with on this one.
Yeah, I'm flip-flopping between two, but I think I'm going to go with just cereal.
Cereal's a good one.
Oh man, that's a classic. That's a great pick.
Damn it. All right. I'm really torn right now with this. This is one that like I've had one time, but I think it's really going to score well in this podcast. This is one that I also.
Oh, son of a bitch! I know where he's going.
There's also one that I had as a child growing up that was like a big fight for the middle one of these. Did I flip a coin? What did I do? I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Homer pick. I'm just gonna go biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy. We're past the gravy. Biscuits and gravy. Let's fucking do that. My honorable mention that I was gonna go with was cinnamon rolls.
That's
Because
great.
in when I was growing up, we'd always used to fight for who had the middle one because that was the softest one. It didn't have any of the edges. Anybody else? Anybody else want to throw out some honorable mentions?
Robert.
Breakfast sandwiches, bagels.
Oh, no, yeah. You know what my own quiche.
Okay, this was a
I
couple.
didn't think quiche was gonna get it, but I love myself a good quiche. I had one this weekend.
These are a couple that I had ready to go in case it came up. But like if we got down to it, toaster strudel. Mm-hmm. Remember that? That was like having dessert for breakfast going to school.
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts as well was the other one I was gonna have. Cereal was a good one though. Fried potatoes. Just the squares of those. Those are dope.
Sausage. Nobody went sausage.
Nobody did go sausage. That's a good point. Breakfast burritos also left on the table as well.
Yep.
I feel like tacos kind of covers it anyways. But I really feel like cinnamon rolls was the biggest one left off this list.
Yeah, it's up there.
But I thought that's a good mock draft, and honestly, I'm not feeling great about my chances right now.
I mean,
just given the fact of where I picked. But I get it. You win a lot, you got to pick later.
Corned beef hash. Like I said, I feel like it might have lost it, but also, I think bacon overcomes everything. If you don't have bacon on your list, you can't win.
But you gotta respect the fact that it was the first overall pick, so like you're gonna get that.
Yeah, because it's the greatest food in the history of mankind.
When I did a couple of mock drafts of this potential mock draft before we did the podcast, and all of them were just making sure that eggs were not around in the second round, because I was like, if you get bacon and eggs with the first overall pick, that's game over. It's done with.
Bacon is like
but if somebody had bacon and eggs as two of their four, like good luck rest of the group.
Yeah, like if Tom Brady was available in this year's football draft, like as a rookie, that would be bacon. Like, and you know what he's going to become. Like, you know, you've got arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, or you can pick these other guys that might turn out pretty good. Like, that's bacon right there. Bacon is Tom Brady. Or if you want to go Joe Montana.
Joe Montana, as some might say.
Who's a quarterback, you crazy ass.
Montana. All right, let me tell you guys quickly before we move on about PassTheGravyMerch.com. Now, I don't know if you've been there yet, but you should be. You should be checking it out daily. We've got all kinds of good stuff. Now, Pat, you see this flag behind me?
I do.
Did you know that for just $25, you could be the proud owner of this very flag? You could own this flag. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Just go buy that. You can hang it everywhere you want to go. You can go to all the games with it and be like, hey, Pass the Game Podcast. Fuck everybody else. We're the best.
Anybody that listens to this that's still in college, get the flag and bring it to Padre.
100% do that. Although it's already over.
No, well, next year.
Next year. Yeah, we'll still be going next year. We got plans.
Actually, I had some buddies that went this year. If they go again next year, I'm getting them a gravy flag to fly.
If you guys, now this is me just right now, just thinking about this, just on the spur of the moment. If I see anybody go to any sporting event and they get on TV and you show me a screenshot from the TV with you waving a PTG flag, I will Venmo you $25. I will Venmo you $25. You have to show me proof that it was on a television, though. That's it. And not like I'm not talking like you have your video camera also up in your living room. You got to be at a game, do that shit. We want this to be Saturdays for the boys. We want this to be that kind of shit. Yeah. But it's not just one day of the week. It's every goddamn day. That's
so
what we do.
If you guys are trying to, place your bets to get better on there. Maybe go to a Dynamo game with it. More likely to go to TV.
Hey, wherever that flag gets exposure, that's what we care about.
Houston SaberCats, the rugby team, if they're going to be on TV somewhere,
boom.
good chance you're going to get on.
Also, if you want to make a quick Venmo buck from me, you know what you could always do is you go to iTunes, give us a 5-star review, and I want you to screenshot that review you just gave me, and it's got to be like after I'm saying this now. You show me that review. Give us 5 stars, roast us, do whatever you want. You got to leave a comment showing that you left a comment. But if you leave a comment and you give us 5 stars, show me that screenshot. I'll give you $1. I'll Venmo you $1.
Am I eligible?
You don't count because you should have already gone and rated us.
Yeah, I did, but I would delete it and then get it again just for $1.
No, it's got to be after. I have said this. So after 4:48 on the 25th of April is the month.
I don't know how you're gonna get the date in the screenshot though.
Well, I'll just know like where I am now, and I'll timestamp that. So if it's afterwards,
because you can check it. That's right. Okay, yeah.
I'll be able to. Because you have to send me a screenshot. You have to send me proof. I'll Venmo you $1. How about that? That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. Also, PassTheGravyMerch.com. I don't know if you've watched any basketball lately, but our local team may have the MVP, and you want to be the first one to have that shirt. MVP finally. PassTheGravyMerch.com. It's pretty dope. Ladies, $1 off for all your shirts. We've also got the 13 points in 30 seconds shirt designed by Bill Simpson. If you remember that from a certain player that used to play in our hometown.
I did not know we had that now.
We have that available as well. We've also got a Houston Pastros shirt available as well, and we're working on our summer shirt design as well. But you can get all your Pass the Gravy gear and merch at PassTheGravyMerch.com. Go get that shit. And hey, wear that shit to the fucking karaoke night. If you're going out there, wear your PTG gear, show that you're PTG strong, and that'll be a lot of fun.
Wear it to a playoff game and send us a picture.
Do it. And if you're at an Astros game, wear a Pastros shirt and show us that, and we'll give you a shout out. Speaking of shout outs, let me shout out to Lee Fincher, who he was riding some dirt bikes out in Sam Houston National Forest, out in the up in Huntsville, and he had his dirt bike out there, and he had his PTG cult member shirt on. So we know he's officially a 1%. He's officially a cult member, and he owns 1% of the podcast. So it's always good to see a stockholder like Lee Fincher out there, doing what he's got to do. Anyways, let's move along to our next segment, and that is the Not Cool segment. All right. That's where we're at now, huh? Okay. If the Laylettes would be ready to go, that'd be great. But here we go.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
All right, I got a good not cool. I'm going to start off with, and I feel like it's going to be an embrace debate one. But this is one that I had a sip of this last week, and I just spit it out, and I didn't want to finish it at all. But there was no water available in the machine, and there was mineral water available. And I've had mineral water, and I knew I wasn't going to like mineral water. But what the fuck, guys? Why is mineral water such a big deal in Texas, in Houston? I don't understand why people like it so much. It tastes
Topo Chico
mineral water. Tastes like if I just threw a bunch of nickels in a glass of water and just let it sit for 6 days. And then I put it in ice and I drank it. That's what Topo Chico tastes like.
It's just super. I had a Topo Chico this weekend.
It tastes disgusting.
No, it's super refreshing.
It's not at all. It's the opposite of refreshing. Like whatever water does to refresh you, that does the opposite.
I don't get it. Like you better hope we don't have any listeners in Austin because they might be done now.
Well,
if you talk shit about Topo Chico in Austin, you're in fucking trouble.
Hey, I'm dying on this though. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna stand by this. I'm gonna fucking stand by it. I don't care if it's that unpopular. I even got a song for it.
I got some opinions, you might not like them. Unpopular opinions. I got some opinions, you might not like them. Unpopular opinions.
No, I'm not. I'm not a big mineral water. Like every so often, I'll have one. Like I'm not.
There's people that drink it every day.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It's
like
Topo Chico is not good.
It's not. It tastes like metal. It tastes like somebody put the quarters in a cup that you just drank out of.
I don't understand how people can drink that.
I don't get it.
That's
I feel like it should hurt
words.
it should hurt fillings in your mouth. Is what it tastes like to me.
From someone of the brown persuasion.
Whoa! Why do we got to bring race into it?
Because
I don't see. I'm like Robert is. I am colorblind, but I'm race blind.
Yeah, you're full of shit.
No, I'm not.
No.
No, I'm not.
I mean,
I thought he was white. I thought he was white
At
until
the
just
restaurant,
now.
all the Mexican guys, they love them some Topo Chico. And that's kind of how I got onto it.
When I first moved to Katy, Texas, it was like 2003. I didn't have any, for 2002, I didn't have any friends. It was the summer before I went into 8th grade or 7th grade. I didn't have any friends. They had just moved in and they were still building in my parents' neighborhood. And I remember my cousin was like, dude, when I was your age and they were building in my parents' neighborhood, I used to go to the store and I would just buy a lot of Topo Chicas and Goyas. I would also buy Cokes and I would just put them in an ice chest and I would go sell them and just mark up the price and sell them to all the people that are working on the houses.
Can't sell Pepsi. You got to sell Coke.
You have to say Coca Fria, which means cold Coke, right?
Yep, it does.
You just yelled that and they fucking came out there and then he was like, dude, and then start trying some Topo Chicas and Goyas. And so I started throwing those in there, and then I was charging $1 for those. I was charging 50 cents for a can of Coke or Sprite or any of that kind of shit, and then I was charging $1 for the bottles. And my God, like every fucking time I had Topo Chico, it was out. It was like that was like the first 2 houses I went to. Goodbye, see ya. I got to go restock. But like I made bank doing that shit every day. I'd wake up and I'd do 2 rounds. I would do one around like lunch, a little before lunch, and then I'd do one at like 3. And they would just come get drinks at 3. And it was the best idea that my cousin had ever given me. And I was like, I fucking just rolling a wheelbarrow with a fucking little ice chest in it. I was a little entrepreneur, and that just showed.
I wish I knew about that because I could have made some money when I was.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. But Coca Fria! And then oh, hey! Like, didn't really speak with them mostly. Like, a lot of them didn't speak English, but it was like, hey. Okay, good, done. Here we go. And that was all we did. And that was my summer before I started school here in Texas. So that was how I understand what Topo Chicos are. But the mineral water is fucking nasty, and I don't understand why people drink it. So that's just it's refreshing. Because at first when I drank it, it's like this has got to be a mixer. You know, like have you ever had like tonic? And you're like, what does this go with?
You can't mix with that. No.
No, but like I was like, it's one of those where it tastes so weird. Like you have to mix this with booze to drink it. But nope. People drink that
Topo
for reg.
Chico, Pellegrino.
Pellegrino's not the same thing though.
Yeah.
Pellegrino is just like it tastes like it's that
It's like the same
sparkling water.
Yeah, but I mean that's like the same fucking thing.
Mineral water tastes dirty.
You're dirty.
It tastes like nickels. Have you drank sparkling water, Robert?
I've had it before, yeah.
It's just
Sparkling
that's just
water,
carbonated water, right?
Yeah.
That's not anything. That's what like the that's the Italian one, right? With the green bottle.
Pellegrino, yeah.
Yeah.
Sparkling water isn't good either, though.
It's not good. It's not like water, but it's not like I don't just like ugh. The way like when I taste a Topo Chico, I'm like, this is who soaked quarters in this? Get it out. But that's what my not cool is mineral water. I don't understand it. What minerals are in this that we're drinking? How is it helping me? What is the benefit of drinking mineral water to regular water? I don't see one.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's my not cool. Your turn. Oh, also, before I'm gonna cut you off. Annie King Cantu at K9King21 on Twitter told us she got food poisoning, and that was her big not cool. E. coli specifically was her not cool. And she said, I just got over food poisoning. 7 days I was sick. Why? Because of bad romaine lettuce that was recalled. That's not cool. It was just a sandwich I bought for lunch. Really not cool when you're just trying to get through the workday and the food that you're buying to get you through the workday gets you sick.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest part of the not cool.
For everyone that doesn't know, there was a recall on, what was it, romaine lettuce, I think is what it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was E. coli outbreak in Arizona. So if you're at restaurants, you can ask. They might not have it. If it's from California, you're good. Their lettuce is fine. This is our
restaurant guy.
Yeah, that's what we have at the restaurant. We're good, so... If you're still worried about it, it should be recalled, but just ask and they'll let you know.
Now, your California romaine lettuce might be a little liberal, but hey, shut up and just eat it.
Yeah.
Just eat it, boys. All right. So that was Annie King Cantu's not cool at K9King21 on the Twitter. Like we said, if you have a not cool, just like tweet us to us and just hashtag not cool. We'll throw it on the podcast. We like to know what everybody else thinks is not cool.
It's not just about us. We want
it's
to know
not.
what for you guys too.
It's a team podcast is what we look at it.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
All right, B Jokes, what you got?
All right, so this one kind of came about from Danny Farquhar's brain aneurysm. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
Brain aneurysms.
Did you hear about it, Alex?
He didn't die, right?
No, he's not dead.
He's a pitcher for the Chicago White Sox, for
yeah.
people that don't know.
Oh, anyway, like.
But it was during a game. They were playing the Astros,
Yeah.
and he just
I
out.
believe he was
out.
pitching that inning, and then after the inning, he was in the dugout and just dropped.
Wow.
Crazy shit. Scary stuff.
Yes, I was reading articles on that, and I don't like in the comments. This is not cool, where people say, "Oh, I'm a Cubs fan here, but sending prayers," or "I'm a Phillies fan here." Like, I don't want to know what kind of fan you are. Just because you're not a fan of the White Sox doesn't mean you can't have sympathy.
Yeah, that's not applicable.
I hate that too. It's that kind of translates into politics as well, where it's like, I don't even like that, and I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
Like, I hate, like, it's like, I don't need you to define who you are when you're just saying, hey, thoughts and prayers, man.
Yeah,
hope you get better.
Putting that in there is trying to make yourself look good. Like, hey, I'm a fan of the rival team, so I hate these guys, but I'm still sending my thoughts and prayers. Like, that. You're just trying to make yourself look good for being someone that usually hates them, but in this life-altering situation, you want to be nice.
Because honestly, if you're a real fan of your team, like, you don't fucking want your rivals to succeed at anything. So it's like, guess who won that game?
Yeah.
My team.
But when somebody goes down with something that could kill them, you don't need to go, hey, normally I don't like them, but for this,
Right. I mean, you can do that, but you still got to be like, but still, fuck the Eagles or whatever it is that you want to throw in at the end. Like, be like, but still, fuck the Sox. Like, I feel like that would be appropriate. Like instead of saying Cubs fan here, like, hey, dude, thoughts and prayers. Wish you to a speedy recovery, but still, fuck the Sox.
Or
that
like, hey,
would be appropriate.
Speedy recovery, but still go Cubs.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that is obnoxious as shit. And like, you'll find that with like anything. Like if you talk about kids, like, oh, I have a 7-year-old, and my 7-year-old. It's like, I don't need you to fucking weigh in with what your age of kid is because this was an article about a kid doing something. Like, I don't need. I've been married for 7 years, so I know this marriage thing doesn't even work. It's like, shut the fuck up. I don't care. Just say your thing and get out.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I should be doing right now.
My not cool is anybody that's been like out of town towards like Austin and stuff and then drives back on Sunday. Going through Sealy is a bitch. For whatever reason, everything bottlenecks right when you get to fucking Sealy.
It's because everybody wants to see. Was it not Eric Dickerson? Everybody wants to see Eric Dickerson.
No, it's just traffic stops right there for no fucking reason. Like it's 2 lanes before it, it's 2 lanes after Sealy. But for some reason, when you hit fucking Sealy, everything just dies.
And there's nothing in Sealy.
No, like it's just terrible. Like I maybe it's because people entering the highway right there at Sealy is the only thing I can ever imagine. But that's no excuse for how much it slows down because not that many fucking people are entering. But usually, once you get to Sealy right there and you hit that overpass, it's clear sailing afterwards. I get over that fucking bridge and you can just see all the way through. There's another little tiny town after. It's fucking dead. So I got off the highway. I hit that feeder and I ran that feeder all the fucking way down to Brookshire, which thank God I did. Because if I didn't do that, and I've got the dog in the fucking car too, and it's sleeping, and we're just like, oh God, we're so close back to Katie. Just let it stay asleep until we get home so we don't have to pull over. Ran that feeder all the way down to Brookshire, and if I hadn't done that, it would have cost me another hour and a half. Which still from there to there was still like 30 fucking minutes. But yeah, Sealy, God, fuck you with that bullshit.
Yeah.
And the reason it ended up being all the way down there was right where you get to before Brookshire, where the where I-10 kind of like goes back into that little bridge, and right when the speed limit slows down, there was an 18-wheeler that had fucking burned down, which I don't know how this happened, but it was facing the wrong direction on the side of the road right there. So, like, it was slowed down to 1 lane right there, which backed shit all the fucking way up from Brookshire to Sealy.
God damn it.
Which fucking sucked. And, yeah, that blow. And then my other not cool, because, like I said, I was picking up trash. Litters. Don't litter, guys. Come on.
They tell you, don't mess with Texas. Quit fucking messing with it,
Don't
guys.
mess with Texas. Quit throwing shit out of your car.
GD.
I picked up so much Sonic and Natty Lights and fucking...
So high school kids.
And I mean, a lot of it, I assume, was just blown out of the back of people's trucks. But, like, don't throw your trash in the back of the truck where it's going to fucking throw out. Throw it on your floorboard like a normal person and clean it out when you get home.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Sealy traffic and litterers. Those are my not cools.
All right. That was our not cool segment. Let me read you a little ad for our boys over at Blue Apron. You guys know that Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient recipe delivery service in the country, and you can get it all delivered to your door by going to blueapron.com/PTG. They're going to send you a bunch of ingredients and tell you what to do with them, and then boom, you got a meal to eat in about 30 minutes or less. If you ordered from Blue Apron this week, what you'd get on the menu is orange beef with bok choy and scallion rice, baked harissa chicken with farro and vegetable salad. zesty shrimp and fettuccine with Calabrian chili and sweet peppers, and creamy pesto cavatelli with mushroom and spicy breadcrumbs. Those are just some of the things that are coming with it. You can also get pork chorizo tacos, creamy polenta and spicy tomato sauce, and baked pepper and potato hash. So like that's a hell of a week's worth of orders if you're ordering from blueapron.com/PTG. Like I said, blueapron.com/PTG. That's blueapron.com/PTG. You're going to get $30 off your first order and free shipping. So do it right now. It's easy. It's flexible. There's a variety of different foods, and it's guaranteed freshness every time. Go to blueapron.com/PTG, blueapron.com/PTG. We're literally giving you $30 in free food and free shipping. blueapron.com/PTG. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Okay, this is the final part of our podcast. It's the answer segment. Now, I was always told growing up that there is no such thing as a stupid question.
Just stupid people, it's back.
We said that both times as well. But there's no such thing as a stupid question. And then you'd ask a question in class, and they were like, wait, what the hell kind of question is that? And you're like, hey, man, they just said there's no such thing as, like that quote from The Big Lebowski was like, hey, that's just like your opinion, man. That's what I always thought. But I was just like, hey, they told us there's no such thing as a stupid question. Why can't I ask a question without you making me feel like it was a stupid question? So that's what I was like, well, if I ever have any sort of medium, I'm not going to judge people based on their questions, and I'll just answer them all. And that's what Answers is for. It doesn't matter what your question is.
Yeah.
You send it in to us, answers@passthegradepod.com if you want to email it, at passthegradepod on Twitter if you want to tweet it, #answers. I am at Alex J. Middleton, Pat's at NotPatDan, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. So there's no such thing as a stupid question. Why don't we get right to it then? These are the answers.
Well, if you just answer the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
All right, our first one comes from a PTG vet, an ex-co-host of ours, Chris motherfucking Hogan, at Real Chris Hogan on Twitter, tweeted us this week and had a good question for the answer segment, and I was like, well, why not? He's part of the crew now. Is it wrong to use closed captions while the TV is on mute when you're with your blind spouse?
Not if you're fighting.
Is it wrong to use closed captions while the TV is on mute when you're with your blind spouse?
I think that's just funny.
So basically, you're just watching TV, understanding what's being said, where they have no idea the TV's even on. I would say it's not wrong because they don't even know they're watching TV.
Well, and here's the thing. It's funny because once they realize what you're doing, they can't steal the remote from you because they can't see it.
They can't see the remote. That's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
I don't think it's wrong.
That's why I said if you're in a fight, it's a brilliant tactic. You know what? You're going to be a dick? Fuck you.
Guess who's not doing nothing now? Fuck you. Guess who's watching TV while you're yelling? Me.
That being said, though, it would also drive me insane because I hate having the closed captions on because I just read them and don't watch what's going on.
And they're always behind.
Yeah.
Always behind whatever you're watching, yeah. I would say no. No, it's not.
Nope. It's completely justifiable.
It's a pretty good question, Chris. Matthew Pellegrino. Ooh. Speaking of Pellegrino.
I wonder if he's got that Pellegrino money.
I bet he drinks Pellegrino. Matthew, do you drink Pellegrino? Let us know at answers@passthegradepod.com. He says, if buying one shirt gives me 1% of PTG, does that mean that buying 100 shirts makes me your boss?
No, see, you're flawed in your logic. We never said it gives you 1%. We said it gives you one stock.
I said it gave you 1%.
Oh, you did? Well, you fucked up.
I perhaps fucked up. But I would first argue that you should definitely buy 100 shirts.
Yes.
PassGradingMerch.com, and then we'll see.
Well, you know, it'll make you feel like a boss.
That's my answer. We'll see.
Your entire wardrobe is PTG. You'll look like a boss.
But if you buy 100 shirts, you know what? We'll call you boss. We'll call you boss on the podcast.
I will call you sir.
I don't think anybody wants to be the boss of this. Nobody wants to have to run this. This sucks. I run us, and it sucks anyway. No, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think you would dilute. We'd have to dilute down the stock. But hey, like I said before, definitely buy 100 shirts, and we'll find out.
Yeah, like I said,
let's make us put our money where our mouth is.
Alex misspoke. He gives you one stock, not 1%. But you know what? I will call you. My
definitely didn't sign. Yeah, we'll call you boss man.
Because then, what if somebody else buys 100 shirts? can't have 200%.
Hey, you know what? We encourage people buying 100 shirts on this podcast. So if you would like to buy 100 shirts at PassAWayMerch.com, let us know. We'll you're the first person to buy 100 shirts. We'll call you boss. Send us a screenshot.
Yep.
There we go. Boom.
Let's make that happen.
All right, Daniel Tom Chesson, fuck the Eagles, at Daniel_Blake writes in and says, were Scooby and Shaggy always high? And if so, did they ever hotbox the Mystery Machine?
Yes, and dolphinately.
100%.
Yes.
100%. Like, that's...
You can't eat a sandwich.
They were high the whole time they were doing that show.
Like Zoink Scoob. I mean, they were scared by a dude in a bedsheet. Like, you could see his feet.
Also, hey, last week, remember when it was a guy you knew that had a mask on? Maybe it's the same thing this week, guys. How many weeks in a row do we have to go where you know the person that's wearing a fucking scary mask and you still are confused and think it's a monster? Hey, they're not monsters. They're people.
Yeah, like, they were high, so it explains their behavior. Everyone else was just stupid.
Like Daphne is a fucking dummy.
She was the smartest one. Like, she could get past her stupidity to figure out, like, the clues.
Not that far past it.
But she was still dumb enough to think that, oh, this might be a real ghost this time.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Well, the scientific process proves that this guy was using
According
projectors.
to my calculations, like, Daphne, you can't think without smoke in your fucking car. Shut the fuck up.
She just thought she was smart because she had glasses.
I think so.
And everyone else was just
I
really,
think so.
really
It's a
dumb.
classic case of the glasses person thinking they're smarter than the rest of the world.
But there's no point in having that van if you're not hotboxing.
Right. It's not called the Mystery Machine because you didn't trip balls in that machine at one point and then smoke a lot of pot and try and figure out
there
what
was
the meaning of
acid
life.
going on, too.
Like, yeah, that's why it's the Mystery Machine, because the whole thing became a mystery when you did acid. With weed, you're just kind of like trying to
Maybe
figure
that's
out
what
what
it
the meaning of life is.
They were smoking a lot of weed. Everyone else was on acid.
That is, dude. Did
I
we
think
just
that's
crack? Did we just crack Scooby-Doo?
I think we did.
Okay.
Because you can't give a dog acid.
All right, hey.
And Shaggy, his best friend was Scooby. If his buddy's not on acid, he's not going to be on acid either. So they're just smoking weed.
Hear me out here. Now, SpongeBob is killing the meme game, right?
Yes. Running that shit right now.
What if we just spend the next 2 weeks watching Scooby-Doo and we just get a bunch of screenshots from Scooby-Doo and then we just make our own memes?
I'm down.
And we're going to be the viral meme guys.
I'm down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bobby Jokes, are you in? You want to watch some Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo, sure.
And make memes with it?
Okay.
Because Sponge, you just totally forgot everything I just said. No, he was doing some work. I'm yelling at him right now for no reason. But no, everybody was all up on SpongeBob memes.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make Scooby-Doo memes the next hip thing.
Yeah, they should be.
It seems like an easy transition.
Yeah.
Cartoon, older cartoon, but like zoinks, and then we could find what to insert whatever.
Then because they were high, I feel like we got the stoner.
Like zoinks, me too. It's already one.
Yeah. Hey, Daphne, let's go off by ourselves. Me too.
Hashtag zoinks, me too.
I like it.
There we go. We're taking off. So they were definitely always high, and they totally hotboxed the Mystery Machine.
Yeah.
And probably dropped a lot of other acid, amongst other things, in that van as well. Brandon Whitehead writes in, at Brando Whitehead on the Twitter. Well, welcome back, bud. He says, why do they call it an inning in baseball? Since most games are played outside, shouldn't it be called an outing? Also, if someone is part of a yacht club and doesn't own a yacht, does that make them a poser? So there's two questions wrapped in one question.
Well, the first one, this is how I've always understood it, or I just assumed once I saw this question. It's an inning because it is within the game. It is within that game. One inning of the game is within the game.
What?
When I saw it on Twitter, that's what came to my head, and I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking up, and it's pretty much that.
Oh, really? It is?
Yeah.
I just assumed
it's
that.
pretty much that.
And then...
Wait, say it again?
So the inning is within the game.
Did you have to put sunglasses on? I guess you could say
I
that's
didn't
because
bring my sunglasses inside with me this time, and I almost
the
did.
Game. I brought it back last week, and we got some good feedback. So I feel like we got to try at least one Caruso every single episode, and we'll just kind of pick and choose how bad the joke is. But the worst joke every week, we'll just Caruso.
Oh, get it ready then, because I got one for the second part of the question.
All right, let's go.
Now, if they don't own a yacht, they're probably in a boatload of trouble. Robert hated that one
You
so
said that
fucking much on
You said that on Twitter the other day, and I was laughing so hard when I read it, and then I saw Robert's response and continued laughing. It was like my favorite thread of the entire week was just saying, well, I'd say they're in a... Because like, you hadn't said anything, and it was like a whole conversation. Like, I'd say they're in a boatload.
Well, it's because when I read it, that was immediately the first thing that popped into my head, and I waited. I was like, I can come up with something better. And 6 hours later, I had nothing better. I was like,
That's
I'm
it.
just fucking sending it.
Who cares? Who cares? That's what we're going to go with. So, yeah, that's why they call it an inning of baseball. And you're a poser, definitely, if you're in a yacht club without a yacht.
Yeah.
100%.
I was like, can I come up with something better with boatload of trouble or boat? That's all I could come up with. So,
Are you a poser if you're in a country club but don't live in the country?
No, because it's just a name on that one. Most people in country clubs do not live in the country.
Well, I'm just saying.
You're not living in the middle of Sealy and living in a fucking...
What if you live in, like, England and are an American country club member?
I mean, if you're living in England and in our country club in America, you're fucking loaded. You're probably not living in the country. Unless you live
So then, like, you're a poser because you're pretending you're in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Club.
I'll give you that one.
Right. All right. Brandon Whitehead. Appreciate it, bro. Our next question comes from Greg Baker. Good to hear from him again. He says, do you think James Bond had to get a learner's permit to kill first? So he had a license to kill.
Well,
he had a license to kill, so
technically, yes, because you had to get those first 2 kills. The double O's, they were each a kill.
Yeah? So you would, I don't think that's how it worked.
Yeah.
You didn't kill 7 people. You were Agent 007.
Well, but those OOs. Like, if you go back and watch Casino Royale, they mentioned that he's like, you're my second kill. And like, the guy that he shoots behind the desk at the beginning of Casino Royale, the guy makes a reference to blah, 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 something about, and he's like, yeah, you're my second kill. Bam. And then he's 007 at that point. The 7 is just the designation, but the 00 program, that's... With the 2 O's
to kill 100 people?
2 kills? No, 2 kills.
It seems like you had to kill 100 people.
No, then it would be...
double zeros.
No, because then you'd be 1007.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it seemed like you had to kill 7 people.
No, this 7 was just his designation. That's what I'm saying. The 2 O's are for your 2 kills. You had to get those 2 kills onto the boat.
But you're a government agent, bro. The government just wants you murdering people for no reason? Jeez.
If they need to be scratched off because you're part of a black program.
That's a good point. Yeah, I would say you had to get at least like a learner's permit. Like, would you have to have a learner's permit for a month or 6 months?
Well, I'd say the first 2 kills, those are your fucking initiation / learner permit. Period.
I think he had to have a learner's permit, and his parents had to go out with him when he had his first 2 kills. Well, to make sure.
No, because James Bond's parents were killed when he was a kid.
Well, then his guardians. Let's go with that.
No, that dude was back in Scotland.
But you got to have your guardians with you. You know, when you're driving, you have to have your learner's permit. Your parents got to ride in the car with you.
If that's the logic that you're going with, then it doesn't work for this. He might have had a mentor in the program, but I don't think he did.
Maybe that was
James Bond has always been a loner who did his own shit. He didn't need no mentor.
He just needed broads.
Broads and bullets.
Not the broads.
Ooh, broads and bullets.
Broads and bullets. Blair Carlisle writes in with our next question. He says, or she says, Blair Carlisle is I don't know. That's a gender neutral name. Very gender neutral.
I don't know if without the E or with the E makes it masculine or feminine.
Yeah, we're just gonna go Blair. Hey Blair, welcome to the show, Blair.
Go dude, because I think the dude's gonna be the one that comes up with this question.
I am not gonna assume a gender because I'm not that person.
I am.
So forgive me for Pat assuming your gender, Blair. But Blair Carlisle says, hopping up and down while masturbating. The original jumping jack. I didn't even read it before I got on. Hopping up and down while masturbating. The original jumping jack?
Actually, now that I hear it out loud, it almost makes me think that a woman had to ask this because any dude knows that's damn near impossible.
I was trying to say, that was exactly what I was thinking as you said it.
The concentration required for that.
That's a hell of a workout. Like, fuck Bowflex. You can do that. Just do jumping jacks all day.
You can sweat from one or the other. You don't need both.
Right?
Yes, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Right?
I'm going to go with no.
Why would it not be?
I'm going to go with no. Because no one has ever done that.
You don't know that?
I know that.
You haven't.
No one has ever done that.
You don't know that. Other people have. I'm sure someone's got it. Dude, if there's anything you can think of sexually, it's been done before.
What is it on the internet?
You think it's been done before jumping jacks?
Well, here's the thing.
Oh, I do.
You guys have heard of that rule on the internet.
The Roman Empire was wild.
What is it, Rule 34? If you can think of it, there's porn of it on the internet?
Yeah.
It's got to be there somewhere.
I think it's definitely.
But I still think jumping jacks have come before that.
Like I guarantee
Yeah, is it the original jumping jack is what you're getting at.
Okay. But like I guarantee you, if you look hard enough, there's a porn out there somewhere where like somebody's in like training on a field and like
am I gonna pull
drop
up
your
Pornhub
pants
on my
and jacket while you're jumping? I'm just saying it's got to be out there somewhere. But Bobby might be right. The original jumping jack, I think he might be right. I don't know if it's the original. I just did the worst
Google search ever.
Thank God that's not your work computer.
Right. Jumping jack-offs is Urban Dictionary. What does it say? A jumping jack-off is just like the motion of jumping jacks, except you have one hand in that particular motion. Yeah, if it's on Urban Dictionary, it's been done before.
I'm not saying it hasn't been done before, but I'm saying has it been done before?
I think Urban Dictionary just answered it for us. No, it is not, but it is a jumping jack off.
Jumping jack off. All right. I'll live with that. I can do that. It is a jumping jack off, but it is not the original jumping jack.
Now we need the listeners out there to do this research for us because I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
Find me some porn where
I've already ruined my Google search.
Where they force them to do jumping jacks while jacking off. I
like that.
Like I said, I think it's Rule 34. I think is what it's called, but it's Rule something like if you Google it on the internet, it's if you can think of it, there's porn out there somewhere of it. I want to know if this is out there.
I do too.
It has to be.
I'm very curious.
With all the porns that start out of people working out or with a personal trainer, it's got to be there somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to. For sure. And like you can't tell me somebody's not been doing jumping jacks at some point and be like, I bet you this could be more fun if I jerked off while I did it.
This sucks. Jumping jacks suck, but if I'm jacking it, it might be a little more enjoyable.
Right? There we go. Yeah, it's not the original jumping jack, but it is jumping jack off.
The answer section.
That's the answer to my favorite part of the whole thing.
How did Chris not enjoy this?
I don't know. He hated it. It was his least favorite part. But okay, I am at Alex J. Middleton. The podcast is at Past the Grade Podcast. Pat is at Not Pat DN, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03 on Twitter. Please, on iTunes, guys, give us those 5-star reviews. We need more 5-star reviews so we show up higher in that iTunes search catalog. And the subscribe, give us 5 stars, and then leave a review. You have to type out a review. Send me a screenshot of that review. I will Venmo you $1. Send me a screenshot of that with your Venmo. I will Venmo you $1. I promise you. And I'll Venmo the first 100 people to do that. I'm not going to do more than that because I'm not going to spend like $1,000 if a bunch of people do it. But like first 100 people, I will Venmo a $1. I'm down to do that. And just do that. Give us the review. Roast us. Talk shit. Whatever you want to do. As long as you give us the 5-star reviews, you hit that subscribe button. That's what we need. Share us with a friend. And PastGradeMerch.com has all the cool shit. Get that flag. Try and get that on TV. Do whatever you got to do. We'll talk to you guys next week. Does anybody else have anything else? That's it? No? That's
Go
it?
draft.
Go draft. It's draft time. And we'll be a very draft-heavy podcast minus the mock drafts. Mock drafts are fun. That'll go up on Friday.
Super draft heavy next time.
Until next week, pass the gravy, bitches.
I fly like paper, get high like plane. If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. You can come around here, I'll make them all day. I'll get